Alright, hello, good evening, travelers and adventurers, and welcome to tonight's episode of Roll for Your Lives. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Good morrow! Ha ha ha!
How's everyone doing here tonight?
I'm very sleepy.
Got a beverage, waiting for the snow to start. Oh, I'm feeling good.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that DM miniature is massive.
Oh, what, my new thing?
Yeah.
Doesn't it look like I'm giving numbers just like a little scooch?
It looks like you're about to kill all of us.
I feel
It
like
looks like-
I look like I'm his parent, about to give, like, trying to get him to,
Yeah.
like, go up and play with the others.
That's the impression I get. It's like, go along now, numbers. Go
Like,
have
come
fun.
on, go have fun with your friends. Hi, Zacher.
Good to
Hello.
see you, comrade.
I am going to just put you first before them, Alvara.
Sure.
Heyo, thanks for the resub, Zach.
Thank you, Zach.
Whoever that guy
Thanks, Zach.
is,
Very cool.
you know what? It's cool that you did that.
Nah, I'm on auto renew.
Heyo, it's Vox Leviathan. Hey, Vox. Oh my gosh, Vox, I keep forgetting, but you and I, we gotta talk so I can get you your emote. So after stream, let's talk about that. You've been subbed for 3 months or longer, so you get an emote.
Reach out on the Discord.
Reach out, touch Grace. We'll touch base.
What is this grass of which you speak?
Did you say grass?
Grass.
Killspire opening.
So I'm trying out this new mod for tracking combat order because it looked cool. So hopefully it's fine.
Are we supposed to be able to see it on our end as well?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, well that's just the built-in Tailspire initiative order, and then the one that I have, it also tracks things like statuses and stuff like that.
I see,
I
see.
So, and I can add conditions and effects as needed. Which is kind of cool. Oh, and I found a really cool Tailspire sheet for character sheets, like a mod for it, but I'm gonna wait until I'm not gonna show you guys yet because I have a character filled out for it that you guys have not seen yet.
Yay.
Yay.
Here we go.
You know what would be pretty awesome right now?
What's that?
Is if like 6 Tarrasques came in from outer space and just started laying waste to the city.
How did they get in
would
outer
be
space to begin with?
Listen, we don't need to ask these questions.
We
All
don't
we
know.
need to know is they're coming in. They're kind of like you know, like in some animes when things come from outer space and they leave like a streak behind them and they land and they do like a cool pose.
Sounds like some Dragon Ball shit or something.
Yeah, but they're dressed as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
And they're Tarrasque.
And they're Tarrasques.
And they're Tarrasques.
The arguably hardest enemy in the game.
But they
I
now
don't
have
know
martial
about
classes.
They're up there. They're up there.
They
have
they're
the... Go ahead.
they're Tarrasques with 20 levels in Monk.
I feel like you're confusing me and we haven't even started yet.
Me confusing you? I confuse me.
I feel like I've already lost track.
Aren't Tarrasque the highest like CR in D&D?
I
No.
doubt
Yeah,
it.
they are. They are. Actually.
They were at one point, but they are no longer.
They're at 30, which is the highest on 5th edition at least.
There
I don't know
are
if they
indeed.
added more stuff.
Mhm.
There's probably something higher than that by now.
I'm sure there's like a
Googling this
false
right
Hydra
now.
or something. There's probably homebrew stuff that's higher, but I think
Well, yeah,
Tarrasques are supposed to be the highest rules as written.
Yeah.
Do we have any rollover
Oh.
redeems?
Rollover redeems. I don't believe so, but speaking of redeems, I've added a couple things. First off, I've lowered the bar for viewer inspiration points, and also there's a new community pool for it.
Ooh.
So, for 5,000 gold pieces altogether, we can get a piece of viewer inspiration for the gang, because they might need it.
That came in handy
Oh.
last time.
It did come in handy last time. And 2 other redeems. I have a toggle now for if you want my veil to be on or off on my new PNG. So for 100 gold pieces, you decide my headwear.
I want to see the face.
There it is. Thanks, Umi. Oh, thank you for the
God,
hydrates,
put
Umi
it back
Fox.
on! Put it back on!
Alright, God. No.
What the fuck? Uh,
I love it.
Oh, come on. All right.
The eyes are staring into my soul.
they
They
are a
should.
little like
I think she has pretty eyes.
they are a little like just staring directly ahead, almost like in a predatory sense, like a wolf or something.
All I'm saying is you should be scared.
She's got positive canthral tilt.
What the-
We're 30 seconds away. 30 seconds the hype train closes, but we can get it if somebody donates bits or a sub.
Nah, we've done
May-
hype trains. It's all right.
We've done
May I
two.
make
We're gonna flag
a
it.
small recommendation, Winter?
Yeah.
Is it on the party?
You should draw like a Skyrim bowl that can be put on the head.
You want me to draw a bowl that can be put on the head?
Yeah,
Mm,
like Jarl Balgrup and he be bowling.
He do be bold.
So what, you want to cover the DM's eyes so I can't see you guys do some shit?
yeah.
Just some minor shenanigans. Minor shenanigans.
You
Nothing
can't
too
lose
crazy.
karma or status when I by covering my eyes.
Yeah, maybe we happen to get to level 27. Who knows?
Maybe. But you know what? That being said, I think we have some combat to get into.
Indeed, do we ever.
But before we do that... Ayo, Gruta! Thank you for the sub, Gruta.
Gruta, Gruta, Gruta,
Hello.
good to see you, my love.
But before we get into that, let me just go back over. You feel like the Tarrasque is overrated? I mean, I've never fought one personally, but I'm interested.
I
We've
got
got-
curious. I googled the toughest one. It's Tiamat.
Well, yeah, for
That's
sure,
a
like
name.
gods and stuff are gonna be like the highest up there.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, is that there are specific modules where they have, like, given stat cards to full-on gods, but I don't know if those count as official. I mean, they're
Just
released...
looking at, if you just search like by combat rating, Tarrasque are the highest there, which I think is just like default creatures, not like bosses of modules and stuff like that.
Oh god, I think Gruta's fought a Tarrasque. But before we get into combat tonight, we've got some inspiration points to give out to these lovely people. We voted on player inspiration last time, and for their antics that quite honestly should not have worked, player inspiration went to Mina. That
Nice
was a
job.
miracle play, Mina. I applaud you. And community inspiration was voted over in the Discord server, as we vote on every week. And it was given to Humi.
Aw, thank you guys.
Nice job.
Nice job, Humi.
We know you had it in you.
Getting it for the soft, sensitive moments.
New rule: whoever wins inspo has to take a potion at the start of every.
Alright, hop to it, buckaroo.
Oh, I like this rule.
Okay, I can do this rule.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if I can.
Now
do this
that's a
rule.
good sport.
I did not expect the rule to be embraced so readily.
You gotta be,
I mean,
that's quite the
I-
power that you have.
I had stepped away to grab my journal. What's the rule?
The new rule is if you win inspiration, you take a potion.
I don't like that.
It's
Why are we
Humi's doing
punishing
it.
people for role playing their characters?
You think it's a punishment? It's a reward.
It's a punishment.
Add GM to the community poll, but what am I supposed to do with inspiration?
Oh my god, wait.
Use it on enemies.
But you guys can also vote, not vote, but you guys can donate your gold pieces to give these guys a point of view or inspiration in case they have an uh-oh, oopsie whoopsie moment.
True enough.
Oh,
Which, so far, we haven't had any that are too dire. Got it.
Not
Not
yet.
yet, I don't think. Right? Like, am I forgetting any?
No one's died, so I mean, there's that.
Ah, shit.
Oh, man,
Oh.
don't worry.
You guys!
So I had one already. So who
Oh.
gets the second? Oh, okay.
Okay, Banana Brando, which we all know who that is, gave Numbers a potion.
Okay, I'm gonna go pour it.
And then there's group potions to take.
So it's 2 for you, numbers, 1 for the rest. Except who also has 2.
I'll tell you what, for my potion, I'm gonna chug what I got right here, so that way I don't have to run off as we're already 15 minutes in. So cheers,
Mhm.
everybody.
cheers.
Yes. Alright, let me do this again.
Probably get the ball rolling soon.
Ugh, delicious. I finally have my rum back.
Yo ho, yo ho.
Also, Audrin, you with the fucking 28 initiative, that's insane.
It
Yeah,
is relatively crazy.
I know. I fucking
You're
love
level
swashbucklers.
6, what the fuck?
I can add charisma and dex to my initiative.
You can?
Yeah,
For what?
has
Is
the-
that a
he has the-
swashbuckler thing?
it's a swashbuckler feat.
What is your charisma score?
+4.
What's your Riz?
My Riz is
Hey, Ogre
4.
Charisma.
Pirate Riz.
Hey.
Fail off.
Pirates for a pirate.
Oh, I
Yes.
see that. Yeah, it's called
Pirate.
Rakish Audacity.
Which
Uh,
also is what gives me sneak attacks for standard combat.
But did you
I'm
know
pretty
it-
sure you should look into feats that upgrade your initiative even further.
I don't need them. I'm doing
Sure
okay
you
as
do.
I am.
But did you
How
know
many-
at level
how many
9
potions
you
do I
get panache?
But Nash, I'm
Nash.
looking forward to that, but since I'm multi-classing, that's gonna have to wait a little bit.
2 potions numbers.
2 potions.
2 for you.
Alright, here's one.
You beans,
In other
beans.
words, not half.
Hey, Hoobie, thanks for the contribution to the Viewer Inspiration Challenge. For
Gotta see if I can get it
250
rolling.
gold pieces, 5% of the way there already. Just in case they fuck up in this intense combat.
Okay.
Oh, Gruta with the
oh my God.
1,200 gold pieces.
Whoa.
It's already like 30% raised. Great job, guys.
Didn't we have the last
Ah.
inspiration still saved from the last time we had that?
No, y'all
No.
used it.
Oh,
No, we
wow.
weren't.
You did use it.
And
Very cool.
200 gold pieces from Banana Brando.
Okay, that's my bad.
Oh,
That's-
it's
You want to
okay.
save your 58? That's cool.
You know
Save
what?
it.
50.
You've softened my heart.
Now I'm broke. Everyone gave the gold pieces. What? Audrin?
What about what?
Why'd you pin that?
Can what?
I can see
Oh.
that. I can see what you did.
I didn't mean to do that. I don't know how I did that.
I mean, I don't mind, but I was just wondering why.
I was trying to do this instead, and I think I must have. Oh, it's on cooldown. No. Well,
Are you trying to put my veil back on?
No, no. I'll just have to choose the one that's not.
Oh no, I know what he's doing. God,
Oh, group potions? Really? Right before combat?
Don't get too mad at me.
All right.
The singular
three's
one
not gonna
was.
hurt.
Alright, the veil's going
Take a
back
third.
on.
In
Mask
theory.
on, fuck it. Mask off. Alright, potions. Hold on. What
Oh
the-
gosh, not again.
this
I mean, to be
is
fair, this is like imposing disadvantage on the DM. So
a bit.
I mean, this
Oh, yeah.
is disposing
Give me
of
just
disadvantage on
1
us.
second. 'cause
Yeah.
listen,
it's
I
kind of
I
everyone-
do better when potions are involved.
I had to adjust the layout. I think something
Really?
was
Because you have
layering
to keep
improperly.
track of the health stats of 5 other people.
Demonic Bolt, thank you for the 320 gold pieces contribution. We're 62% of the way there, guys.
Nice.
You guys are about to be
Guys,
in the
it's
clear,
gonna-
maybe.
It's gotta be a breeze. It's gonna be a
Alright,
breeze.
we're 17 minutes in. Should I get along to the recap?
Yes, please.
Yeah,
All right.
please.
Oh, someone just
wow.
donated the rest of the gold pieces.
Thank you, Riley.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
There,
Yeah,
all right, you
whoever
guys get a
that
point of viewer inspiration. Add that to your pot.
Oh, cool.
Everyone or
take
just-
their,
No, just one that
It's
we
like
share.
one that you guys
Yeah,
all get
okay.
to choose when to use. At a
So
certain
if anyone's
point.
got death saves to roll,
Yeah,
you're
Yeah.
free to use them then.
Or if you just
all right.
horribly miss.
y'all took group potions?
Hopefully we don't speak that
Or-
into
Yes.
existence.
So,
Or use it to like charisma them into giving up the fight.
Also,
Huh?
we can decide when it's like when it's
Yeah.
party, don't forget, I have Revivify. Only
Only for
Mina,
today, right?
Yes, only Mina and Aurora know this though.
Be
And
mindful that
Aurora's
you don't
not
let
So
here.
it's a real shame that no one else knows.
Yeah.
And I will throw out just before we get into the recap, I'm sure obviously people have noticed, but Aurora is once again not here tonight. They are still quite under the weather. So well wishes to Aurora. We hope you feel better soon.
We miss you.
Mhm.
We miss you.
The stream's not the same without her.
quick recovery.
Yeah, quick recovery, hopefully.
Hopefully.
But that being said, let's get into the recap and I will get the scene set up.
Sure. So section 31, recap. Following the rumble and some subsequent apprehension, Humi peered outside and saw their potential daughter singing before introducing them to Shift and engaging in a conversation with them. Meanwhile, inside, the party learned more about various items the fated few had uncovered, including a circlet, staff, amulet, and book, along with the dagger which Lady Thorn presented to the party. As the party discussed how to get to Emerus, the best course was determined to go through Aldrin's old ally, Adeline, who was known to own a ship. Alvara pressed Aldrin for more information about his past with Adeline, and Aldrin shared that Adeline was a bounty hunter who attempted to take him down but never could, and therefore harbored a vendetta against him. He also revealed that he had been a pirate during his time at Emerus. After this, Aldrin shifted the attention to Alvara, asking her about her past dealings with hags. Alvara informed the party she did not feel the need to divulge that part of her past since it didn't seem relevant, but she did share a bit about her surprise interaction with Arania, including that her fingers were rotty. As she pointed out to Numbers, who she'd previously noticed had rotted as well, the world appeared to darken for the party as a number of spirits fluttered around. Both Numbers and Alvara noticed 3 glowing green figures above the town fountain, with Arania standing among them. As the earth began to shake again, the group snapped back to reality to witness Balradin running rampant in response to the tremors. As Numbers attempted to revisit the spectral realm, Mina cast Fairy Fire to identify the outlines of 2 of the 3 figures and Arania herself. As the ground continued to shake, the party readied themselves for combat. And that was where we left off.
Ooh.
What's with the fog?
I'm playing, hold on. I'm trying to make it look like just low enough on the ground to look like a little bit of powdered snow. Is that good?
That's actually really nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Because it was like very gently snowing, so that's kind of nice. Alright, thank you so much for the recap. Before we get into this, let me just ask everyone really quick that can hear. Is everyone's audio coming in okay? Like, do I need to turn anybody, like, up, or...
I would hate it if any of our voices had been cut out that whole time.
Testing.
Give me 1 second.
Mine's usually pretty rough.
Everything seems to
Yeah,
be
yours-
coming in okay.
Yours and my headphones, at the very least, are coming in quiet, but I don't know how they're coming across on stream.
It's usually pretty quiet. I don't know
You're
why.
just gonna have to shout.
No, they.
Hands
no,
up.
I don't know
Alvara's
why
coming
either, 'cause I
across
have
okay
you-
on stream.
I have you
Yeah,
turned up
everything's
to 154, like, on Discord. It's still quiet.
Turn me up to bloody fucking 200!
Well, see, that came in really nice.
Yeah,
No,
well, that's
I-
because I was raising my voice.
Just
I,
speak
uh,
at that
sure.
volume the rest of the time you're on
You
stream.
have to just yell from now on.
Again,
Alvara's just
everyone's
gonna.
coming across
I mean,
okay.
Summer Eladrin, right? Like,
Same.
Hey,
a lot of
Ash!
anger.
Oh, stay safe. I know it's
Hey.
really cold.
Oh.
Have yourself some hot cocoa or something.
They're at work. Oh.
Have yourself some coffee at work.
Hey, thank you so much
Oh.
for the sub. Stay nice and warm. Please be safe, like, for real,
Thank
though.
you.
It's
Thank
very,
you.
very cold.
Stay safe.
But thank you so much for the gift sub. Okay. So, when we last left our heroes, you all had begun to make your way back into the Waterside District. Thank you so much, Kurta! You'd begun to make your way back into the Waterside District, and after a bit of discussion amongst the increasing rumble that had begun to take place all around you, you're starting to hear the gentle hiss of dust and debris falling from the nearby stone buildings as the town has begun to rush into a panic as citizens are ushering near their nearest exit. And the guard passing everyone by. Mina, in a moment of panic after having witnessed in this strange new ability that you all seem to have gained, seeing 3 undeads and Arania herself hidden away, performing some unknown ritual over by this water fountain. Mina threw down a fairy fire, setting them all aglow, and taking Arania out of her invisibility. And now we enter initiative order to determine what happens now.
Wait, I have a quick question. Did all of them are lit up? I thought one of them passed the check.
Not all of them. I meant that everyone that got into the fairy fire.
I just wanted to check to make sure. I didn't know if we caught all of them.
No, there's 2 beings besides the citizens as well that were hit in this area of effect. Oh, there we go. Besides the citizens that were hit in this area of effect that obviously got lit up, but they just did not have the time nor care to like stop and wonder what was happening, as this is now a town-wide panic. One of the disguised liches, which is still not liches, I'm sorry. I meant undead. One of the disguised undead. Wouldn't that be terrible if I just threw like 3 or 4 liches at you guys.
I'm sure that would go
I'd
very
be
well.
fucking praying for the party's survival.
We can
Um,
take him, right, guys?
That'd be so fucked up. But one is lit up, and so is Aradia, who had been invisible. And now we enter initiative order. And I'm actually going to change this music because I don't quite like it.
I think Aranio is trying to become a lich.
Possibility.
Let's see if this one's good.
Maybe.
Did Arania die? Am I remembering that right?
We don't know exactly.
We don't know what the situation is.
Well, I thought they had thought she died in the cavern. I'm pretty sure. Because that's what Lady Thorn told us. She was like, "Oh yeah, she died 50 years ago
But
or whatever."
yeah, but what we're saying right now is that we don't know if the Orania we see before us is undead or if she kind of like escapes death somehow.
Yeah, we're not uncertain. But
Could I be able to roll something for that?
It might
I
be.
will. And you know what? I'm going to give this piece of information to you guys because as you had discovered that you had this new essence that you guys could just tap into, tapping
yeah.
into the veil, I will specify. Using Soul of the Undead Sovereign, as you use the ability called Gaze into the Beyond. You'll notice as you peer into the spiritual veil, any creature that seemed as though they were still of the living appeared as just like shadow forms passing through, but then you could see clear as day spirits and undead within this vision. So it seems
Arania
as
is
though
undead.
you could see them. And you could also see Arania as well alongside of them. She was not appearing as like a blurred shadow.
I see.
Does anyone have radiant damage?
I might wrap it. You know.
So, top of the round, we have Audrin with a 28 for initiative.
That's me. All right. So tell me what, if you could remind me, what is it? I know Arania is kind of like looking at us and is a little bit like more focused on us. The individuals around her, what are they doing right now?
You're talking about the other undead?
Yes, like the cultists, for lack of a better word.
So, as Mina threw down this fairy fire, setting one alight with this glowing purple energy, and Arania herself, she looks taken aback and is staring straight at you guys, taken out of this moment of focus that she was in. The 3 undead that had each pointed themselves along this fountain in like a triangle formation, their illusions around them have seemingly begun to shimmer and drop, as now they stand before this fountain, each with their unearthly, just whispering voice, muttering some ritual that you do not understand.
So I'm going to
you
go
see
off
them
on a-
reading from their tomes that they hold as they stand facing each other in like this triangle position.
Okay, so I'm going to go out on a limb and say that we probably have to stop them from doing that real quick. And Audrin's going to, having already drawn blade, is going to bolt.
I
He's
don't like
gonna-
this battle music. I'm sorry.
like a jackrabbit.
This one's
Pretty heavy.
I don't want the ones that turn into metal. This one's fine.
So that's 50 feet. Okay.
I think they all just kind of end up sounding like this. That's fine.
All right, so I guess I got no choice but to bonus
The
action.
goal to fairy her fire.
I'm gonna bonus action dash using a cunning action. Boom.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my main action to he's going to like with long strides kind of like bound across this this kind of market square and then use his momentum to leap in and kind of try and draw his blade through this cultist's back, stopping the chant.
Okay.
And it's track.
As you run up and approach this figure, you notice that while they stand quite tall, their figure is draped in this thin kind of black fabric with silver embroidery draped down upon it, their head covered by this dark cowl. And you can't quite see their face, but you do see hints of skin and bone just peeking through what little that you do see, as if it's
Alright.
still just hanging onto them. Go ahead and roll to attack.
Since they're facing away from me, could I argue advantage?
Why advantage?
Well, because they're in the middle of a ritual, and they're facing away from me. They didn't see me coming, and they're focused on something else. But if not, then that's fine.
Hold on, because I think Fairy Fire might actually give advantage. Let me just double check.
I think, well, Fairy Fire might, but you're already going to get sneak attack because you're by yourself, right?
That's true, yeah. But
So I'm gonna argue no for advantage. They are aware of your presence. This isn't a surprise.
Attack rolls against an effective creature or object have advantage.
Oh, well, you have advantage against this one anyway for Fairy Fire.
Okay. Okay, so here's the first. Alright.
Very nice. That's what we like to see.
Let's roll the second one to see if I crit. I don't. Alright, I'll take that 23.
Alright, that hits. Describe your attack and roll damage.
So he sprints in and then leaps, and upon landing looks to sink his blade directly into this cultist's back and kind of bring it upwards through their chest. Come on, Saber.
Hold on, I need a piece of... I still need my paper.
Yeah.
You were just say you needed your pieces of 8, and I was like, oh.
I need my 9 pieces of 8 for this, actually.
D8 plus 8, and then sneak attack.
And I need to do some re...
Oh, that's a nice little...
22!
Wow!
Give me 1 second. I didn't even consider this about the initiative tracker. Okay, so... As you do, wait, describe to me what type of damage it is and what your sword is again?
It's a saber, and this is going to be piercing damage because it's going in for it. Well, technically the saber is slashing damage. I guess it's piercing damage.
I forget, is this a magical weapon?
It is a magical weapon. It's Uldrak Udamorm's sword, which is a +1 weapon.
Right. Okay, so you do, and you run forward, getting up behind this, oh shit, I just snapped the lead in my pencil.
Oh, that was really loud, because I heard it.
Did you hear that? Damn.
Too much force.
And you get right up behind him, and as you do, you dig your sword straight into his back, digging up along the fabric, kind of ripping along the back as it starts to tear. You see what little flesh there is begin to expose on the back as the pieces of spine protrude through.
Eee.
And how many points of damage?
22.
Okay, give me 1 second. And as you do, it impacts this creature, and you hear it give out a guttural sound as it digs through.
Mm.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yep, I used my bonus action for a cunning action, and
You did.
that was my main action for an attack, so that's it. I guess he's just gonna look at, he's gonna as he casts his sword through this cultist's chest, he's gonna cast a spiteful glare towards the lady opposite him.
Arania? Hello?
The very same.
Okay.
Good.
Next up, we have Mambo number 5. We have cultist number 3, who is... I'm going to just color their mini bottoms. I'm going to color their bottoms so you can see what they are. Where they are.
We have Mambo number 5, cultist number 3.
We have cultist number 3. Okay, and what they are going to do is... Give me 1 moment. That went off somewhere. Okay. That just went fucking flying.
No
Hey,
longer
paper!
exists.
So... What this one over here is going to do is, as they take their book in their hand, they stay focused, untrained to what you all are up to. They stare ahead, and at the bottom of their feet in this position, you begin to see the beginnings of this faint, glowing, sickly green sigil that connects between all three of them around the borders of this fountain. And this one begins a chant. And I'm going to just highlight them with a torch. The ones with the purple base are the ones with fairy fire, so I'm gonna take the torch off. And as this one begins to chant, you hear it once again just muttering those same guttural words. And it almost seems that as they are doing this, the buildings around you seem to rumble louder. The ground beneath you shakes. And with every chant, the tremors continue in an increase in volume. And you feel a pressure beneath the earth beginning to build closer and closer. So this one's going to continue the ritual. Next we have number 2, who is going to be doing much the same. He is once again, just like the other, going to continue into the chant, trying to hurry the process along. As they begin to chant, you see the ground beneath them glow brighter. The sigil that's beneath them beginning to take form as the patterns snake and intertwine, that deep greenish-black glow increasing. And as their voice joins in with the other amongst them, the tremors continue, louder and louder. You can tell that not much longer from now, buildings are either going to begin to fall or begin to splinter off.
Oh.
Next in the round, we have Arania herself, who had looked up to you all in a fright, and as she sees Audrin rush forward and jam his blade into the other, she rapidly begins flipping through the pages in her hand, and Audrin, from this distance, you hear her say, "Something's not right. This isn't right. The others must succeed." And she is going to Dimension Door.
Does
Does
anyone
it
have
have
counterspell?
And as you see her flip through her pages...
Counter spell. I mean, I don't know if I'm in range.
It's 50
What's
feet,
the
right?
range?
I thought it was 60 feet.
It's 60 and I'm out of
Okay.
range. I'm out of range. No way I'm in range for that, because... Where am I? Yeah, that's me.
I think
You're
you're
far
back
out of
over
range.
here with the rest of the group.
Yeah, I'm out of range.
You're actually not far out of range, but you are out of range.
That really isn't that far, yeah. I really should have asked you guys before we started where, like, you should like to position your characters.
I'm like 5 feet out of range.
You can... I'll tell you what, since I forgot to ask you guys to arrange yourselves, you can step forward and attempt if you'd like.
All of us?
Well, no, I'm
I
saying because
thought-
he has counterspell. And you guys can arrange yourselves as you'd like, since I forgot to ask you guys where to put yourselves.
Well, weren't you sitting down at the start of all of this?
You were gonna ritual cast something, I do remember.
Oh no,
that.
I'm now standing up. And preparing a spell. That was the last thing I said before we rolled initiative.
So should I move my mini forward?
Is that where you want to begin this encounter? Is that where you would have been?
Oh.
I probably just would have been like slightly up into the air, but not much of a different spot.
Oh yeah, because you came forward and casted Fairy Fire.
Yeah.
Okay, well then, you guys can just stay where you are. Alvaro, like I
What?
said, if you wanted to give it a try, I would let you do that since I forgot to clarify.
Sure. I can't move my miniature though for some reason.
I also do not have control of my miniature.
Oh, you know why? Because it's initiative order.
Ah.
You guys can't just move your minis. Here, I can though. Here, can I do that? Is that fine?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so she is dimension dooring, and you said you wanted to counterspell?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in
And
range
I
now.
forget, what level do you cast that at?
It's the highest.
Because it
level
automatically
slot.
takes the highest
That's gonna be
slot, I just
third
don't remember
level,
what you
but
have.
If the spell is 4th or higher, I have to make an ability check, which is going to be a DC, which is 10 plus whatever the spell the person is casting's level.
But you're
I
casting at
used-
third level.
But you're
I
casting
use
it
my.
at...
Well, no. So if she's casting like a 4th or 5th level spell, the DC would be 10 plus 4 or 10 plus 5.
Well, you can upcast counterspell, though.
We were asking what level you're casting counterspell at.
Yeah, 3rd level, yes.
Okay. So, as she is preparing, you see her surround herself with this arcane energy, and Alvara, you reach out and prepare to send a counterspell her way, trying to keep her locked down in her position. But as you do, the arcane energy focuses around your hand, but as it begins to reach out and find its target, it just fizzles away at your fingertips. And as you do, you would realize that you cannot counterspell an artifact.
Oh,
Artifact?
interesting. Oh, it's
And
an
she
effect
disappears from
of-
sight.
Was worth a shot.
Thanks, guys. I burned one of my 2 spell slots.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Yep.
Hopefully, you
turn?
didn't need that.
Hopefully.
Alright, since it took Arania out, next up is numbers.
So would I have been forward more, or
Is
Staying
that
where I
well,
am.
that's what I'm asking, is that where would you have just been right there with the group when this all started?
probably?
Then that's where you start.
Okay. Can I see the cultists from here?
You can. You all were able to.
Do they look like, for lack of a better term, weaklings?
They don't look like any that you've encountered so far, at the very least, in regards to the ones that you guys had fought in the cavern.
Uh-huh.
They don't just seem like your typical, like, shambling along zombie, you know what I mean?
Right.
These guys have just a little bit of decorum to them.
Not good. Not good. Okay. That sort of throws my plans off a little bit, but I have how many tiles of movement?
You have, what, 30 feet?
Yeah. I have a speed of 30.
And
Which
each
is
tile is
6.
5, so 6 tiles, I guess.
6 tiles. 6, 6. Okay. So I'll start here just to see what distance I am from. Let's say this guy. He's 6 tiles away as well. So, oh, what about this guy? Did anything happen when Audrin stabbed that one guy? Like, did he like stop what he was doing? Did I see a noticeable break in that little sickly green like symbolism that's surrounding the fountain?
The one that Audrin had begun to attack had paused his chanting as part of the ritual, and you see that point of where he's standing, it's not quite as strong as the other 2 focal points.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on this guy, this on the south side of the. Well, wait, which direction is?
This one, like right here?
Yeah, it is south. Okay, on that guy. For 2d8 damage.
And Sacred Flame is like that's a save, right?
They must roll a dex save.
Okay. Sacred Flame dex save, I can do that. They rolled a 10.
Doesn't. What is it rolling against? My spell.
Your spell
thingy?
save DC.
Okay, it does not beat. So I'm gonna roll 2d8.
Okay. And describe how that looks.
Yeah. So it's a sacred flame. It describes it as a flame-like radiance, but flame really isn't my character's thing. I guess it would. Am I allowed to flavor it? Yeah, no, am
Yeah,
I
of
allowed
course
to
you are.
flavor this? I guess it would be, yeah, like instead of a flame-like radiance, it would be a lightning-like radiance. Basically, I'm gonna do the old unlimited power and hit him with the force lightning.
You hit him with a "you must die."
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
as you do, you point forward, and that one that has begun their chanting, along with their companion, there's this little bit of a faint, misty sizzle in the air all around him, especially towards the top of the head, before there's just a little of electric energy that pulses as your sacred flame, dealing 8 points of radiant damage. And as that happens, the chanting begins to fizzle and fade a little bit on his end. His words become a little more muddied, and that little power seems to fizzle around that side of the corner as well. The sigil is beginning to dim.
Is his like portion of it broken entirely?
It's
Or
not
it's just
broken
fizzling?
entirely. It just looks like it caused a disruption.
Mhm. Not good, folks. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Thunderous Smite on my mace, which basically is just going to electrify it.
Alright, so you call down another bit of lightning, and as it finds its way through the snow-covered clouds, a bit of energy sparks through and strikes down onto your mace, igniting it with just this sizzle of electric energy that just begins to snake along the top of the mace head.
Yeah, that.
Or something.
That's
Okay.
exactly what I was going to say, exactly how I was going to say it.
See, I know what you're thinking. This is why I've got my little hand on your back, just kind of pushing you along.
Thanks, appreciate you.
Alright, Mina. Oh, wait, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Mina.
He's my turn. Alright, so the first thing... do you mind if I raise my character slightly into the air? Because that's where I would.
Yeah, go for it. This is gonna sound so dumb, but I don't know how to do that, so...
Okay.
Do it as you will.
So I start slightly there.
And really quick, because I actually forgot about this, Audrin,
Mm-hmm.
can you roll a Constitution saving throw for me?
No.
Yes.
Okay. Saving throw, you said? Well...
A 14, that is a failure.
What about plays less of a roll?
So, as you actually approach this undead performing this portion of the ritual, you get up closer to it and you realize there is an unearthly odor.
Before you
reeking.
continue,
Yeah?
is it okay if I use my community inspo?
You don't have community inspo.
Didn't I have it? Oh, I guess that
No,
was last
we
session.
have. Yeah.
That was Numi.
That's for all of us to decide.
No.
Oh no,
not-
wait, different. You
You're
don't have
talking about the
anything,
one-
do you?
Yeah,
I was talking
you
about the
had
one I had
community
last week.
inspiration last week.
Yeah, but I didn't use it, so I
Oh,
guess
you
it's gone
didn't use
now.
it?
No, it's fine. It's gone. It's fine.
No.
Continue.
You can use it then because we allow rollovers. I just didn't realize that you didn't use it last session.
Do we always allow rollovers?
Yeah,
I thought it was just if.
Cool. Let's give it another
depends
shot.
it depends on if you have had like an opportunity to use it.
I probably did. I don't remember exactly, but I probably did. So
All you guys
Jim-
did last session was have a conversation and then come here and then this started.
That's true. It was very dialogue heavy. That's your call. Are you
I mean,
sure
if
you're
you
cool with it?
if you didn't use it and I don't remember you using it or not, I mean, I feel like that's fair. Like if I just allow you guys to roll it over one additional session if you didn't get a chance to use it last time.
Okay. In that case, work with me. Yeah, baby.
Okay, well then in that case that is a success. So as you approach this undead, while it may unfaze you, as you run up to it, you notice that it is just giving off this pungent odor, and as it seeps through your nostrils, you feel it taking effect for a moment. This is just sickly to be around, but you shrug it off, and you're used to all kinds of foul smells out on the sea and on the ships. You just plug your nose up a little bit and just continue along.
Yeah.
Alright, Mina, I'm sorry about that. Continue.
Alright, to start with, I'm going to use my free action to shout at this here guard. Right here.
You're
And
gonna
like-
use your free action to yell at somebody?
Yeah, well, not yell at. I would just be like, hey, these guys are the ones responsible for the tremors. I really need you to clear out all of the people from this area. It's not safe. And then before I wait for his response, how do I get rid of that? I'm gonna say, I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt at this guy here.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to attack.
Why is it not letting me carry my spell thing over? Alright, I'm gonna have to do this.
I feel like I've asked this before, but how do you have guiding bolt?
Because of Circle of the Stars, I have Guiding Bolt.
Right. I was
It's
like, I
one of the
swore
two
that was
spells
just
I
a cleric thing.
Yeah, and I can cast it a number of times per day equal to my ability modifier before starting to use spell slots.
Oh, one of those went flying.
Okay, I'll take the 19.
Okay. What brings the total?
So that's 19 plus 7, so 26.
That definitely hits. Describe your attack and roll damage.
So Mina is going to almost draw back like this celestial bow that seems to manifest in her hands, like a little tiny bow, and then fire like this bright, like golden arrow that looks like starlight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. 10 damage.
10 radiant damage.
And as you do, you take your hand and you draw it back as the energy begins to swirl around, and you unfurl this arrow of blinding light that just shoots forward. It hits directly into the back of this.
Pay no attention to that. I'm trying to get rid of him.
It hits directly into the back of this undead before you that has begun to cease its chanting. And Audrin, as your sword is digging deep into its back, you see it once again just get plummeted in the back of the head, causing it to push forward a little bit with this
Whoa.
beam of light as it shoots from
Hell
Mina. Excellent work.
And then I'm going to move, if I can do it.
And they are glowing even more now. Along with the violet light, they now have this ethereal kind of starlit light also glowing around them. They are still targeted for advantage.
And then I'm gonna move into. I'm gonna duck into the wagon to see if our friend is like hidden in there, and make sure that they're okay.
Okay. As you take a peer inside, you'll notice that the cart that has then begun to move in is just more of like a general stall that seems to have been abandoned, as everyone has begun to flee the city. This is not the same stall as I almost said Feyre. That was the other one.
Oh!
Celia, right? No, not Celia.
Oh, this
who
isn't her stall then.
What the fuck did I name this one?
That I'm not sure.
Who was the vendor's name again? I can't believe I forgot her name.
Celia Keenfield,
Oh yeah,
right?
Celia Keenfield. Yeah, this is not her stall. This is just a general stall that has been seemingly abandoned. It seems that Celia took heed to whatever guards' warnings were ahead and just didn't stay around for too long in this spot.
Wonderful. In that case, I don't have to worry. But I am gonna duck into the cart really quick to like
Get yourself some cover.
Yeah.
All right.
Clever.
That brings us to Humi.
So Humi would have been more in the front of the lineup, as they were talking with Audrin just before the fight started.
Right, and I think Audrin was like right here, so there you go. And you were still
Yes.
disguised as Audrin.
I am still disguised as Audrin, and as I am, Audrin, I'm
Quim
going
Tom.
to move 40 feet forward, and I'm also going to bonus action using Tales from the Beyond.
Okay.
So you see Audrin taking his paces as his eyes start glowing ethereal green. Is that? Yeah, 8 feet? Yeah, 8 tiles is 40 feet, right?
Yes.
Alright. So, Audrin's eyes are growing a ethereal green as Humi is starting to talk to the spirits, asking them for tales from beyond. And they answer with the tale of the Avenger. For 1 minute, any creature that hits the target with a melee attack takes force damage equal to a roll of your bardic inspo die.
Okay.
So that was my bonus action, and then for my main action, I am going to cast in a 40-foot. Yeah. Oh. Damn. Okay.
Oh, look at that cone.
Yeah. So in a 40-foot cube. Okay, I'm gonna go behind Audrin instead, and then that 40-foot cube will hit him, and I cast slow. Yep, slow. Perfect.
Okay. So it's 6 creatures of your choice up to a 40-foot cube? Or up to 6 creatures of your choice?
Oh, it's a cube. I thought it was a cone this whole time. My
Yeah, it's a
bad. Yeah,
cube.
it's a cube. Yep, it's a cube.
And you get to
Yep.
pick the creatures within it that get affected.
Oh, perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh. Alright, yeah, the cube is going to encompass all 3 of these guys, as they are the only ones that are affected by the spell. And with this, they take a -2 penalty to AC and Dex saving throws. They cannot use their reactions, and they can only either use an action or a bonus action, not both.
And this is a wisdom saving throw, right?
This is... Yes, wisdom saving throw.
Alright, what's your spell
And-
DC?
Give me 1 second.
And I have you marked down as this is a concentration spell.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Concentration.
Slow is such a
And-
great spell. I love this spell.
Yeah, no, it's really good. So it is 8 plus my charisma modifier.
Plus your
Plus-
proficiency bonus.
Yes. $17.
Okay. And you're targeting the 2 cultists that you can see?
The 3 cultists.
Oh yeah, you can get all of them within this cube.
Yes.
Okay, so let me roll a save for both, or all 3. Number 1. That's a 19 to save.
Woo! Yeah, they beat it.
Alright, so number 1 saves. Number 2 is a 10. And that's the one in front of Audrin. Right? Or did I have that backwards?
Is it purple? Or pink?
No, number 2 I think is actually the one over here. I think it's this one. What did I name it?
Larry?
Oh no, the one in front is number 2. Wait, I named them backwards on accident then. Hold up.
Larry is how he said.
Yes.
This is what happens when I don't do this ahead of time. I accidentally named them backwards. So the one that's over in this corner over here, they fail. And then number 3, the one in front of Audrin, that's a natural 18 for a total of 22. So, the one that's over in the far corner, this one right here that I'm like hopping up and down, they are hit with slow.
And that is the end of my turn.
And it lasts for 1 minute? Or
Slow does last for 1 minute.
concentration up to 1 minute. Okay, so let me add that. And I'm trying to see if I can just like straight up add this to them. Add a condition. Slow. Add. Alright, I have them marked as slowed with this new initiative tracker thing. That's fun.
Hell yeah, okay.
Awesome, so one of them is slowed, which means they can only take an action, a reaction, or a movement, right?
Yes.
Speed is halved and it takes a -2 penalty to AC and Dex saving throws, and can't use reactions. It can't make more than
Also-
1 melee or ranged attack during this turn. Attempts to cast a spell, roll a d20 on 11 or higher. The spell doesn't take effect until the next turn. Interesting. Alright, this is... Wow, great job, Humi.
Hell yeah.
Is
Are
that
both of them hit by it?
just one of them?
One.
One of them has been slowed.
May I use my what's it called? Hold on. Circle of Stars ability to make them roll a d6 and reduce that from their saving throw?
Which one?
The one that succeeded.
2 of them succeeded, though.
Oh, 2 of them succeeded?
Yeah.
Um,
The only one that failed was this one over here that I'm like hopping up and down.
okay. Then I guess on the one that we're not all just trying to slug out with.
So the one over here?
Yes, please.
What's the range on that? And like, do you have to be able to see them?
Oh, never mind. It's 30 feet. My
Oh,
mistake.
okay. Just checking. Scooby, is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn, as I am now behind Audrin's back.
I will say, on your initiative, shift goes as well.
Oh, okay. Okay, so shift is going to run up. Can you put shift on the board, actually?
I can put shift on the board.
Ooh, don't get within 5 feet of Audrin.
I'm at his back right now. It's not ideal.
Speaking of
Okay.
which, Humi, can you roll? You and shift both roll a Constitution saving throw.
Of course we can. You're gonna have to let me do some calculations for shift, though.
That's fine. I know he's tricky.
So, 1 con save and throw for who me?
That is a failure.
I'm going to use my inspiration for that.
Sure.
Oh, wait, no, that's the wrong one. Whoop. There we go.
Oh my
And
god, that went
then-
flying.
Yes, okay.
That's unfortunately still a failure.
Oh, okay. And then
So-
this is for shift, it's +1.
That is
No.
a failure. So Humi, as you and Shift rush forward, ready to aid your allies, as you get closer, you notice this repugnant stench that is just near this area. It is foul, it is sickening, and as it seeps into your nose and into your senses, stimulate your senses, you just feel this overwhelming, sickening nausea. You and Shift are both now poisoned.
Oh.
A poisoned creature has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Oh.
So I'm going to mark that down as poisoned.
So wait, because Humi's within 5 feet of Audrin, does Rakish Audacity also not trigger? That was what I was saying earlier.
Not if it's during my next turn. I
During
wouldn't.
his turn,
We
probably.
wouldn't have it, yeah. It's like, stay away from him.
It's fine. I can move
It's
5
He
feet
can-
away
Yeah,
from
you
him without
can move,
triggering an
yeah.
attack. of
He can
opportunity.
disengage because he does rogue shit.
I don't even have to disengage.
You
I
don't?
can- No,
Nope.
I can move to the other side of his attack range without leaving his attack range and proccing an attack of opportunity.
Also,
You
with slow,
clever
they
bitch.
don't have reaction.
Well, he's not slowed.
Only the guy in the corner is.
That's him in the corner. Alright, is that the end of your turn? Yes, that was Shift's turn. What was Shift doing? We got to the poison before that.
Yes, so shift is basically running, and he is going to go up for a bite attack.
Get him, puppy! Let's see it. I'm tempted.
He does have a.
He does have advantage on this bite attack.
Okay.
That's
well,
going to miss as a 6. Okay,
okay,
that
okay.
hits!
All right.
Describe
so
it and roll damage.
All right. So you see Shift just running for this guy, and have you ever seen like a German Shepherd, police dog, just jump up and to knock someone down with a bite? That's
Yo,
exactly what
thank you
he's
for the
going to
raid,
do.
Core!
Hello,
Thank you,
hello.
Thor.
Hey,
Love
thank you
you.
so much for the raid! Much appreciated. Welcome, everyone.
You joined just in time to see us all die. Woo!
So,
All right.
roll damage for your dog's attack on this cultist's ass.
+1, so
Yeah,
5.
5? Okay.
And after that,
Welcome, welcome, everyone. Thank you so much.
yes. So after doing a bite attack, Shift is a blink dog, and after or before teleporting, they can make one bite attack. So, after attacking, they're going to teleport back over to where Mina is.
Okay, and as Shift does, he goes in with a bit of a snarl and a low growl as he hunches down low and lunges in quickly, taking a quick snap out of the back of this cultist. As he pulls back and you see the bits of flesh of this undead creature beginning to poke through this robe that is now quickly deteriorating from both Audrin's slices and now Shift's gnashing teeth. You see this sickening color underneath as it begins to seep and ooze, and Shift blinks out. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Alright. So, next we have Alvara's turn.
So what are the guards sort of doing at this point?
At this point, the guards are still rushing nearby people. The Last Light Vanguard is trying to rush everybody out as the ground has still continued to quake. And however, people, because of Mina's Fairy Fire, and now this round of combat that is beginning to happen around them, some have begun to take notice of what's happening around them. They do see these 3 now very visible undead just present within the city. Some are taking notice, some are just not stopping. They're continuing to rush people out. There are a few looking around, trying to figure out what their best motivation or move is.
All right, for the few that are looking around, I think Avara, as she sort of walks up a little bit, she's going to take a brief step forward because I think I want to see how far I am from everyone. Should be in pretty good range still, but she's going to step up to here and just sort of say to those that are maybe a bit apprehensive or that aren't really addressing any sort of civilian, she's going to just say, what are you doing? It's time to defend your city, as a free action, before ultimately casting Eldritch Blast. I'm going to do 2 beams. The first one I'm going to aim for the cultist that is standing near Audrin. The second I'm going to aim for the one that is to Avara's left with the sort of toward the party's left if you're facing the fountain from the party's perspective.
Mm-hmm. So like this one?
Yeah, that one.
Gotcha.
So
Alright, make 2 Eldritch Blast attacks, please.
First is going to be a 17.
Let me just... that's gonna hit.
Second's a 12.
And that unfortunately will miss. But describe the first, as the second one just kind of veers off and goes wide, hitting some nearby stone.
At least it didn't hit a nearby civilian.
You just hear in the distance.
some gnome apple merchant just lost their life.
The
for
fucking
glory of
Wilhelm
Already.
scream cuts through the crowd.
Just like throws their staff at Mina. She did it. No. So I'm gonna fire at the cultist. So the first attack will hit. She'll just lift the staff up off the ground, tap it once on the stone before aiming it forward with her right arm and firing a little green bolt of her Eldritch Blast energy that everyone's come to know and love by now. And that'll be the end of her turn.
And how much damage is that gonna do?
Let's find out.
How much is that gonna run me? Man, this one over here can't catch a fucking break, man.
2 plus the charisma of 6 or of 4, so it's gonna be 6. total.
Okay. Let me just see. Okay. And I forget, describe the color of your Eldritch Blast, like how they look in appearance.
Green. It's green with like a darker green streak kind of in the center. Almost like it gets darker toward its core.
Alright. And as this bit of green energy begins to swirl around you with this hint of fey touch to it, as it just darkens in the middle, it swirls up around your wrist into your palm, and you just hurl it straight forward to this same undead cultist that is being absolutely decimated by everybody. It goes straight once again into his back, sinking him a little farther along, sliding a bit off of Audrin's blade, as with another kind of thick, like choking sound. He's once again unable to continue his portion of the ritual, and a bit of the triangle is beginning to fade.
All right, we're getting somewhere.
I'll say that one's looking a little hurt.
And that's it for my turn.
Okay. Next we have number 1, which I believe. Which one was number 1 again? It sucks when I don't have any signifiers. It's this one over here. Which means I got it I got everything backwards at some point. Because I'm pretty sure I gave this one a turn already.
Well, then just swap it with the other one.
Yeah, I'm gonna swap it with the one that didn't have a turn yet, which is this one right here. Oopsie doopsie!
No.
Okay. As this one that is on the edge of Audrin's blade, as everyone's beginning to surround it, it has stopped its chanting and with a just shifts his gaze over. And feeling a bit hurt, this one is going to do a It is going to do a multi-attack.
Gods.
Against you, Audrin, as you are in direct combat with it.
Don't do it!
First one is going to be a slam attack, as he's going to begin to bludgeon you, like pushing you backwards from him with the big, thick book in its hands, just slamming into your body.
He's gonna hit me with a book? He's gonna literally Bible
He's
thump
beating
me?
the shit out of you with a book.
Oh my god!
That is an 18 to hit.
Oh, it hits.
Okay, so that is going to deal with his holy book. It's going to deal 4 points of bludgeoning damge.
Some
I'm
goddamn
finished.
holy.
Some
I die
goddamn
instantly.
holy book.
Okay.
And then he's going to perform a life drain attack against you.
Nuh-uh.
As he turns and twists, you hear the bones just kind of cracking as his spine shifts around. And as he slams into you, he then takes a hold of you, grabbing you by your coat and pulling you in. And now here you can see its rotted away exterior. As you see this bone just sprawling along its face. You see the skin just barely hanging in bits. There is a skull just staring directly back at you with 2 pits of this sickening green energy staring back at you.
Yucky!
Kind of much like the Lich in Adventure Time, but like, you know, not as like silly looking, you know what I mean?
He was creepy looking. That terrified me as a kid.
Yeah, that's fair. And he's going to attempt to use a life drain attack.
Unacceptable.
That one's questionable. That one's gonna be a 16 to hit.
Not only does it not hit, if that's a physical attack, can I riposte that?
Does this count as a physical attack? Hold on.
He has to make
Is he
contact
trying
with
to
me, right? Like it's a roll to hit attack,
Yeah, I believe so.
and he missed. So therefore, I can riposte it.
Yes, you can.
Sick nasty. I'm gonna do that. God, I love that ability. It makes me so happy anytime I get to use it. Nope, didn't want to use that. There we go. Let's see if that hits, baby.
That just hits.
Oh my god. Okay, so as he reaches out a gangly little arm to grab me by my lapels, Audrin's just gonna be like, hands off the jacket, you sodded corpse! And he's gonna catch it with his sword, and then do a little bit of a flick of the wrist, and jab the sword inwards towards his neck.
Ew.
Let's go, baby. I'm gonna get a sneak attack on that too. Oh, wait, no, I
No,
can't.
you can't.
Damn it! You screwed me, honey. You screwed me.
Sorry.
That's 11 points of damage.
Well, can you get a sneak
You
attack
guys sound
if
too
you have
sober to
advantage?
someone stop these guys.
I don't have advantage.
You do have advantage.
You do
Alright,
have
oh,
advantage because of
you're
the
right!
the fairy fire.
You're right! Oh my god.
Does that mean you get sneak attack?
I am getting you honey wine and an acorn cap at the next tavern, Mina.
I did good.
You did it! Whom you have to buy your own drink. Okay.
Oh, Humi slowed somebody! And their
I did
dog
not.
bit him in the ass!
I'm just kidding.
We completely neglected advantage on my turn. Well,
14.
Oh, right, because you angled it at that guy. It still hit him, though. You said you were aiming for 1 and 1, right? I'm talking to Alvara.
no, I was aiming for...
You said one was going to this one over here and one was going to this one over here.
Yeah, and we forgot to roll the advantage on the other one. It's not a huge deal, but...
Well,
that's-
only the first one has advantage.
Well, yeah, only this one would have advantage, so that one would have still hit, and that one would have still missed that one, technically.
That's 25 points of damage to skeletal throat.
Alright, describe it.
Exactly so. So he catches this skeletal arm that's reaching out to him with his blade, twirls his wrist as though he's riposting a fencing thrust, and lunges his sword at the end of this flourish into this skeletal throat, seeking to separate it from its skeletal shoulder.
And as you do, your blade thrusts upward and sinks in, but it doesn't catch flesh, it just catches sharp bone. As you hear it kind of crunch and sink in a little bit, there's a little bit of bone fragment and dust that just kind of begins to fall down the front of his robe. It doesn't quite sever the bone, but you see it definitely, like, take an impact. You know, for a corpse, he's looking kind of rough. I know it might be hard to tell, but he ain't looking great.
Alright, well, there's
Next up, we have Aurora's turn.
Indeed.
Aurora
Knock him dead.
is going to spend her turn rushing up this way, pushing the guard out of the way, and rushing nearby citizens out, going, "Go! Help them, I've got this!" And she's going to help other citizens escape. To stay out of harm's way.
Okay.
It's going to bring us to the top of the round where we have the environmental turn. Give me one moment.
This is where climate change happens.
This is when the ozone deteriorates. Okay. You've been able to disrupt this ritual a little, but as it continues with what little strength it has, the rumbling has not begun to increase in pace, but it is still nevertheless there and present. It has not begun to subside. The buildings look like they're still holding on. They're not about to collapse just yet. And that they haven't increased in strength. But nevertheless, the ritual continues. Audrin.
That's me. Okay.
It's your turn.
Long time no see, cultist. And I'm gonna... So, okay, he just did a little flourishing remover to riposte this guy's outstretched arm and to extend into his exposed neck. And as he draws the blade back, he's gonna go for another attack, pressing his advantage here. Like, guys, need it. Yeah!
That's going to hit.
Rolling pretty hot tonight. Okay. So as he draws his sword back from this guy's neck, he's going to like whirl himself around and leap 5 feet over here, still within bounds. And while leaping and kind of whirling to the side, he's going to aim to kind of thrust his sword in a slashing motion towards this guy's spine by his like side.
Alright, roll damage.
Damage something. Alright, let's get some sneak attacks in there.
Okay. So as you do, you take a little bit of a hop to the side and you swing your sword with a massive impact as it just scrapes along the back of what exposed spine there is. A little bit of flesh that remains covered by this bit of cloth is just completely torn away at this point. You see just bits of rotted flesh just torn away and just kind of just slinging themselves onto the stone floor as it quakes. Bits of bone fragment and shard just lay scattered, and you see this skeleton barely holding on as with this impact for a second it just falls limp to the side for a moment with
Okay. I'm going to end my before ending my oh sorry, go ahead.
Before it lays limp for just a minute, just standing there before the head snaps once again with the glowing eyes once again just looking straight to you.
Alrighty then. Before I end my turn, I'm going to, trusting my friends to finish off this gangly-looking corpse, I'm going to sprint over to this other one.
Alright. So, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Alright. This one that you just attacked is going to use a legendary action at the end of your turn.
Oh. Okay.
He's going to use Shambling Hordes.
That doesn't sound very good.
So, you don't hear anything around you, but as this one once again regains its form, its fractured bits of bone kind of beginning to rejoin together, and it stands upright, fixing its bit of broken spine with a solid crack. It raises its head to the sky, and with a shrieking call echoing out from no vocal cords, you see a few citizens around you stop in their tracks as in their flee. And they stop, they look at themselves, they look at their hands, they hold their heads tightly for a minute, screaming in agony before... Hold on. The heckery. Alright, 1 second. There. 3 of the citizens around you stop dead in their tracks, and with a solid shriek, the sound of this undead resonating throughout their minds, you see their bodies fall limp before their flesh is completely torn and they sink down low, turned into these icy undead creatures.
Which one said that?
Ooh.
I morphed all 3 of them. I'm gonna change their base color so you can see them.
The citizens did?
They did.
Citizens, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Quote unquote citizens.
We gotta stop
ones?
this ritual.
No, the
She
cult,
marks
they're
the
still
ones
the
on them.
cultists.
The
I
ones
think.
that I transformed.
I have a question.
Oh no, wait.
DM.
Oh, they're not.
Has the guard that I shouted to before made any move to like try taking people out of the area, or is he just still standing there, like not moving at all?
I'm not moving like the actual pieces on the board as this is all happening. I will say
Okay.
the one that you shouted at, after you shouted at him, he was a little bit taken aback by the sudden impact of things happening around him. And after you said that, he seemed to kind of snap out of this phase, a little bit shell-shocked seeing this all happen around him, and he began ushering citizens, along with Aurora, to continue and make their way to the nearest exit gate of the city. So,
Wonderful.
I need to roll 3 more initiatives really quick.
I didn't realize they used it on people. I thought they transformed, but they used it on innocent people.
They used it on people.
Based on how long it's taken us to take out these guys, they're probably gonna use it on many more before we're done here.
Nah, people
Yeah.
are getting the fuck out though. That's the other thing.
Oh, so this is a city, there's a lot of people.
Yeah. This get really bad really fast.
They also indicated that there's other fountains exactly like this all around the city, and Arania made a comment just to check on the others. So I have a feeling the whole city's about to turn into undead.
Uh-oh.
Would be pretty heavy, even for
Yeah,
Orania's standards.
That'd be a pretty dramatic moment if this
That's
entire
like
city got
some-
leveled.
Level 10 shit. We're only level 7.
Yeah, we are one group of people doing our best. But sometimes, it's the way it
You
could.
guys noticed that I said level 7 there, right?
You're not level 7!
Oh,
You're
yeah,
right. We're
right.
level
We
17.
are. There was no comment after I said it, which means it applies. If I said
Because I'm
when
trying to
dedicated.
focus on
Hey,
setting
by
up
the-
this initiative order.
By
Alright.
the end of
Trying to
this
figure
combat,
out
who
how I
knows?
want to spend my points for level 7 and what spells I want to take.
You now see 3 ghoulish-looking citizens begin to turn their attention and shift onto you guys. Aldrin, is that the end of your turn?
Yes, it is. I ran away from that this cultist and towards. this-
Alright, it's number 2's turn, who is slowed. So let me see what he can do. Okay.
I only see one turned citizen. Oh no, I see
There's
2 now. Oh, there's the third.
It's 3
Okay.
total, yeah.
There's 3 total on the board. Okay, so that one is going to once again, continuing with the chant, attempt to finish completing the ritual, which counts as a spell, so I'm going to roll a d20. That was a 2, which
Yes.
means...
It's not gonna take effect till the next turn. if I'm
Well,
not
that says on
mistaken.
an 11 or higher, the spell doesn't take effects until the next turn, and the creature must use its action on that turn to complete the spell. If it can't, the spell is wasted. Doesn't say what if you roll below an 11, though.
Oh, I guess he passes with the lower roll? I'm
I
reading this right.
guess the wording's a little funny. So he's going to continue, once again, chanting with that shrill shriek as he begins to complete more pieces of the ritual, the triangle between them all lighting up once again, this time on his corner a bit stronger. As the pieces are beginning to snake and intertwine and complete, more of the sigil is being completed. If you had to gauge it, I would say the sigil looks to be around, like, 60% completed.
Uh-oh.
No.
During that one you said it dimmed, did it seem like that harmed the ritual's progress at all?
It seemed like it harmed the ritual's progress.
Okay, so we just gotta
Wonderful.
hurt him.
Also, he makes a wisdom saving throw at the end of his turn to see if he succeeds the slow.
If anyone has any sort of like anti-magic
Ooh,
spells,
that's
or
a
dispel
6.
magic spells,
He's still slowed.
Okay.
The only-
Anti-magic?
I have dispel magic.
We just don't know if that would work in this case.
I
or
also
not.
don't. Yeah, I don't know what level spell this is that they're doing. It could be like pretty high, and that's why there's 3 of them doing it or something. I don't know.
Next is
I
number
have an
3's
idea.
turn, who is the one, that's this one right here, that Audrin stepped to. Let me take a look here. Oh yeah, Audrin, now that you've approached this one, make a constitution saving throw.
I hope this goes all right. It probably.
The city must be purged.
I
Fucking
wouldn't even
Arthas.
consider that. Oh come on! It was a nat 20 there for a second. Ah,
That is a
okay.
failure. Audrin, as you get closer to this one, once again, that sickening, pungent smell fills your nose, racking your mind. You are, again, poisoned.
First time actually.
Well, yeah,
But,
you are. Well, you rolled for it. I don't care. You are poisoned.
Well, you were on the oceans at Emerus. You probably are used to that stench by now.
Oh yeah.
You know how stinky it gets.
There
It's
aren't,
not
there aren't
that
any
much.
showers on a pirate vessel. We'll just say that.
There's seawater. It works very well.
Oh
A little
yeah.
bit of salt, a little bit of
Lives in order.
you make do. Okay.
Quentin, Aurora's very sick right now. They're not gonna be with us tonight. So send them some well wishes. Okay, so that one. Let's see. What are they gonna do? Beep beep beep.
Audrin is a snow globe now.
Ow.
Okay, seeing how things are going, this one is going to once again begin to chant. And its voice
Which
is
one
going
is?
to... This one that Audrin is up against. Right here. They are beginning to chant louder once again, their voice ringing out as their head is held aloft. And you see that piece of the sigil on their end begin to shine just a bit brighter. The sigil becoming more and more complete with each chant.
Oh god. This entire city is going down if we don't finish that shit, and it's already not looking good. We got Smeagol's all over the place.
Speaking of Smeagol, next up is a ghoul,
Oh,
Cool.
aka a frost zombie. This one is going to run up and attack you, Audrin,
I'm having a go of it right now.
as you are the closest thing next to it.
Okay.
Alright, it's going to on you.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
It's going to attempt to breathe icy cold breath onto you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, which you have disadvantage on.
Well, now hold on. The poison condition gives disadvantage on ability checks and attacks, not saving throws.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, okay, make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
did the ghoul at least brush its teeth or no?
Not this morning, it skipped. He was running late.
Oh, ew, it's gross.
Work with me. Yes!
That's a success.
Well.
So you will take half damage.
Right, we'll take it.
You suffer... half of 15 is... We'll just say you take 8 points of cold damage. As he breathes his icy cold breath onto you, his tongue just like kind of hanging out of like a dislocated jaw.
And I said that's disgusting. Normally I would uncanny dodge that as well, but I want to save my reaction.
That's true, I forgot you could do that. Next up is numbers.
Oh boy. Okay, so I think it might be my time to shine here, and I gotta protect my pal Audrin. So I'm going to use my movement to jump onto this here fountain.
You're gonna jump up onto it? Get down
Well-
on it?
No, I'm just gonna well, if possible. Could I do that within my movement?
Roll an acrobatics check to see how well you can get up on there.
Okay, I'll roll a quick acrobatics check. Is that
Numbers
gonna take
jumps
my
up
action,
on the
though?
lip
I don't-
of the fountain and just falls on his back.
I don't want
No,
that to
that's
be
not
my
gonna cost
action,
you
though.
your action.
Okay.
I just want to see if you can actually do it.
Let's go.
Okay.
Alright, yeah, well, easily enough, you run up and you jump up onto the
Ah.
lip of this fountain, and you do not indeed slip and fall onto your back.
Cool. And then I sort of assess the situation. I see all the undead walking around everywhere. I see this fountain here with flowing water. I look down at my electrified mace. I look down at my shield with the symbol of Umberly on it. I raise the shield in my left hand and I dip my electrified mace into the fountain and I say, Umberly, I call upon your power to smite these undead. And I cast Turn Undead
Oh, beautiful. We've been
as an
waiting for that.
action
On which one?
on all of them. So check this out. As an action, present your holy symbol, speak a prayer. All undead that can see or hear within 30 feet make a wisdom save. Upon fail, it is turned for a minute or until it takes damage.
That actually includes the one behind you, too.
Yeah. Turn creature basically has to... It's like fear. I cast like fear. It's basically the effect of fear on them. And any undead with a challenge rating of 0.5 or below is instantly destroyed. So as I dip the electrified mace into the fountain, the electrified sparks start shooting out and into the undead surrounding the fountain. What
Okay,
effect
so
does it have, DM?
I have to make saving throws for 4 of them, I guess.
Yes, that's
So
correct.
wisdom saving throws. I will do the big guys first. No, I'll do the little guy first. There's one little guy that got caught in that. I'll do him really quick. Oh my god, he's fucking so stupid.
Yeah, he's dumb as fuck.
Ooh, he got a 12.
Ewy.
So that's a failure, right?
Oh, does it have to beat my spells?
Yeah, it has to beat your spell save DC.
I'm pretty sure mine is 14.
It's 8 plus your spellcasting modifier plus proficiency.
So 11 plus 3. Yeah, it's 14.
Okay, so little dude fails. Let me
Destroyed
do-
instantly by the lightning.
Yeah,
Well, that's if he's 0.5 or less, right?
Yeah, is he not?
He's not.
Is
Oh,
it 0.5 or 5?
It's 0.5.
5.
That's okay. I was like 5. Hot damn. But 0.5.
Yeah, he does not. But let me roll for the big guys now. I'll do this one first in front of Audrin. Oh, he rolled a natural 2!
Get fucked.
It's his second 2. That guy sucks.
This guy does suck. What the fuck?
This will probably stop the ritual in the track.
Yeah,
too.
that's the idea.
Alright, so I'm gonna just make a little asterisk right here. Let's do this one right here that's gotten just beat and bruised. A natural 5.
This is going great.
okay, okay.
And the one that's slowed in the fucking corner. A natural 5!
Nice. Oh my gosh.
Mambo number 5.
Holy
I'm
shit,
wondering.
that's terrible.
I'm wondering if Umberly like communicates in my head, or if I hear a godly chuckle as I speak my prayer.
Yeah, let me read over the spell again really quick, just so I understand. Spend its turns trying to move as far away from you as it can, and it can't willingly move into a space 30 feet. It also can't take reactions. Okay, got it. So they just have to move away from you guys.
Away from me.
Numbers, yeah.
Yeah, from you. It is turn for 1 minute, or until it takes any damage.
Now I don't really understand what turned means. Are they like human again?
No, turned as in like they're like, it just means like they're fleeing.
Oh.
It's almost like as if they take like the frightened condition. Destroy undead is when they just like straight up die.
Should have taken that.
Well, no, you got that at 5th level. That's when they have a 0.5 or lower.
Oh, yeah.
It's instantly destroyed.
Yeah, very helpful.
At 10th level, you get divine intervention.
It's
So
a really
cool.
Only if we
strong-
survive.
That can be a really strong.
I love
Yeah.
divine intervention. Oh, sorry, I got distracted. Okay, so as this happens, numbers. You hold your shield and you see the symbol on it, and for a moment you see like a little bit of a shimmer across the surface, almost as like ocean waves moving that symbol along it. And as you channel your power, an ocean mist begins to gather around you, and it spreads out, shooting across like a mist, seeping into the undead around you. And you see the ones that were mid-chant, and all of the ones around you just stop.
Hell yeah.
And in the back of your mind, you don't hear a voice, but you feel a pressing presence as the crackle of thunder and the roaring of waves seeps across your mind. You feel a presence with you in this moment.
Wow.
Okay, so let me put this condition down for all of them. I'm just gonna call it Turn Undead.
Everyone's really making the most of like their abilities this session.
Yeah.
So
The
Turn
fate
Undead
of
for
the
this one.
city is in the balance.
I was
use
about
everything
to
in
do
your arsenal.
something risky there too, but numbers. This kind of changes the fight, honestly.
And all 3 of the big guys get Turn Undead put on. They just add that to their sheets, really.
Figured that would stop their ritual.
Just that, and then this D motherfucker. Okay, excellent. Is that the end of your turn?
It is because I used all my movement. Yeah, it is.
Okay. Next is more frost zombie turn.
Well, actually, real quick, DM, do we notice if the ritual stopped after numbers landed that?
Yeah,
Like,
good question.
You notice, as the ones that are making this triangle formation, after this ability was used and that fear has seeped into their mind, their attention has shifted and begun to look towards numbers. You don't read any expression across their face, but you see that their attention has been split. And while the sigil beneath them is still there, it's illuminated, it's beginning to slowly fade.
Nice.
Nice.
Next, it's little shit boy's turn. This one. That's over here, to the left. Seeing this happen before it, with a loud from its mouth, seeing the next thing to it, another woman who has begun to flee next to them, that had been near them, it just reaches an arm out and lashes out towards the civilian next to it. And as they're fleeing by it, you see its large, icy claws just kind of rake by, snagging the edge of their fabric as they run by, ripping it but not quite making purchase on their body. As citizens are fleeing all around, now screaming, seeing this horde of undead now in the middle of this square. And next is other little guy's turn, as this one is going to make a crazed, mad dash over this way towards where it was called. And the closest thing to it makes a strike out against the civilian as they are passing by. That is going to hit.
Oh no.
Let me see this really quick. What's that die? There it is. Okay, they are going to take 6 points of bludgeoning damage and 4 points of cold damage.
Ooh.
Which is going to do it for a civilian. So as one woman is running by, screaming and running by, trying to keep up with the rest of the crowd as the Last Light Vanguard begins pushing people past, this one begins to slink forward through the crowd, weaving in between feet before it strikes out and grabs one by the leg. And as he does, he drags his claws down, bringing her down as she sinks down into the ground along the stone, and she screams and pleads for help, but as everyone passes by, this one's able to just get its jaws right around her neck. And with a vicious snap and a bit of frost spread across the ground, this civilian is now out.
Oh no.
This is going to turn into a much bigger problem unless we can figure this shit out quick.
Yeah.
Description when he was kind of fucking
That was
chill.
really dark.
Pretty brutal.
But I mean, it makes sense. That
It's
is
undead!
literally
I
what's
don't know how to
happening.
make it not
Yeah,
dark!
no,
Like, they're
true,
killing
it's true.
people!
No,
She
it was
trips
good.
during hopscotch and just inexplicably turned into a
She
zombie.
tripped and he bounced on her corpse
It
and
kills
died.
people! Next up, we have Mina's turn.
This party's not great when it
So,
comes to civilian casualties.
No D&D party is good with civilian
That's fair.
casualties.
That's fair.
Is this guy still up at all or not?
You notice that this one took a pause as if he was about to expire with Audrin's last impact, but it was soon righted itself back up and it's positioned its bones back in place. You can gather that this one would have died, but something was not quite right.
Mm-mm.
Wait, what? Say that again?
That one looks incredibly battered, and with Audrin's last attack, it did fall limp for a moment, as if it was perished. However, it did right itself up.
Uh-oh.
I was hoping one of y'all would finish it off.
There could be more at work here.
There could be. There's a lot going on right now. I guess I'm gonna step out a little bit of heat from here and fly just a smidgen forward. over to here. And I guess I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt at this one.
Okay.
Who else was injured besides Audrin thus far?
I took
Or was
very
it-
little damage.
Audrin
Okay.
got breathed on.
Yeah, I took some
Okay.
damage, but not
But,
dramatic. I'm okay. It's the poison effect that's kind of screwed me.
I'm also
Okay.
poisoned.
And Shift is poisoned.
Yeah, shift 2.
I cannot do anything about that, but I can cast Guiding Bolt on this guy.
Okay, go for it.
+7, that's a 21.
That hits. Describe your attack. And roll damage.
Alright, I'll take that. So, once again, Mina is going to draw back a starry bow and fire an arrow of starlight at this guy in front of Audrin.
Okay, and as the stars begin to form around your hand, you see that bit of bow pull back within the shimmering light, and once again expend forward. And Audrin, once again, you see against the one that you're facing just get bumped and impacted back as it staggers, as a burst of starlight just impacts it square into the chest, almost singeing the book that was in its hand. You see the pages kind of sizzle a little bit as its attention is still focused over to numbers.
Oh boy, this is
So yeah,
this is looking tight.
That's 13 radiant damage, and the next attack against it has advantage.
That is correct. Is that the end of your turn?
That is going to be the end of my turn.
Okay. Now, Humi and Alvara, since you two are back to back, and I feel like you two would be the only two characters with like explicit knowledge of this, can I have both of you two make an Arcana check for me?
Yeah.
Either Arcana or History, you get to pick.
I'll do
Wait a
it.
minute.
Okay.
I'm sorry. The little ghoul, the little Smeagol that attacked Audrin, was he impacted? He was impacted by my thing, right?
Yeah, he was.
So he shouldn't have been allowed to attack Audrin at all, actually.
That was before you did that.
Oh, that was before?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, my bad.
That was a dirty 20 for me, or a flaccid 20 as we so affectionately
Oh,
call it.
yes, the
Yeah, we
flaccid
guess I'm
20.
in the trap.
And Humi, that was a 10 for Arcana?
It was a 10, basic knowledge.
Okay. I will say in this case then, Alvara, you would definitely know with your time studying magic and as much time have you spent learning, you would know that with creatures like this, typically, they only truly expire after being dealt some kind of radiant damage.
Oh god.
Okay, Avara's gonna say, everyone, for creatures like this... I'm kidding, I'll wait till my turn.
Everyone! Alright, Humi, it's your go. You and Shift.
Mina, this might be
Alright.
all on you, by the way, buddy.
Oof. Okay. So, Fumi is shifted as Audrin.
Plus,
Thank you.
Fumi is going to look over to Audrin,
Oh,
and
the veil.
their glowing green
Thank you.
ethereal eyes start to disappear. And Audrin, you start to feel effect take place. You can tell that you now have been bestowed the Tale of the Avenger. For 1 minute, any creature that hits the target with a melee attack takes force damage equal to a roll of your bark inspo die. Alright?
I wish it was radiant, but thank you.
It's not, but I'm trying. So, I have a second question. Now, an instantaneous. What is that? Is that an action, or bonus action, or what? Is that an
Instantaneous? No, that it
instantaneous?
just happens.
Okay.
Instantaneous spells don't require concentration. Is
So-
what the thing is.
Thank you for that. I'm going to then use Dissonant Whispers. I am going to target the one that is slowed, and I'm basically whispering a discordant melody. You can kind of hear the violin being played a little off as it rocks this thing.
Okay, and that's a wisdom saving throw, right?
Yes, a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, so you start to hear this sharp, pluckish violin just sizzle through the air towards this undead. Let's see what they roll. Wow, that's like the 5th 5 I've rolled tonight, so that's a total of 9.
We love that. Thank
At
you
least we
very
got
much.
that going for us.
And congratulations on a failed save. It takes 3d6, but I'm upcasting to level 2, so that is 4d6 psychic damage, and must immediately use its reaction, if available to move as far as its speed allows away from you. The creature doesn't move into obvious dangerous ground, so just fire a pit, and yeah, that's it.
Okay, so go ahead and roll damage, and I will move him away. So 3d6 psychic damage.
4d6, yes.
Oh, 4d6, right, because you upcast it.
Yes. And that's a good 15 damage. Alright. Psychic, right to the head.
Right to the dome.
And how much damage was that?
That was 15.
15 damage. Okay. And as those sharp cords seep closer, you see that one actually drop the book that was in its hand, as it had already been affected by the Turn Undead feature. It drops the book it was holding, the triangle once again, just that sigil, the intertwining workings of it that had begun to grow and glow as they had chanted, just quickly kind of begin to unravel itself, especially now that one has stepped away, kind of clutching the skull beneath the hood as it begins to make a run.
And with my remaining movement, am I 5 feet away from the guy in front of me?
Probably.
Is that about right? Yeah?
Technically,
Could I-
no. Technically, you're like 15 away.
Okay. I was gonna see if I could step back without taking attack of opportunity.
Yeah, you can. Because
Okay,
you're
yeah,
not within
then
his melee.
I'm gonna take one step out because of that smell I was not expecting at all.
Okay.
And then Shift's turn.
Yes.
So, Shift is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. And do another bite attack.
It's gonna bite him on the ass again? My man's already,
Hell yeah.
on his very bottom.
Alright, and...
Oh my god.
Yeah!
A natural
Amazing.
20 for biting on the ass.
Can Shift get some flaccid 20s in the
Can
chat?
Shift get some 20s in
But
the
that's
chat?
not even flaccid. That's rigid.
That's
throbbing
fucking-
And...
Don't say that. Don't ever say that.
Right, sorry.
It's veiny.
Not with my
Oh.
poor dog, no.
Sorry, my bad. Okay, yep,
Flesh
sorry,
colored
sorry.
face.
Yep. It's
Flesh
red,
colored.
throbbing, and
Stop!
Turgid 20.
That's a rigid 20. Stop it.
So, it's going to be a 1d6 plus 1.
Well, he crits, so it's doubled. So
So
whatever that
that-
d6 is, double it.
So that's 9? Yeah?
Yeah. So 9
Alright.
points of, I guess, technically piercing damage.
Yes. So, as Shift is running, they're vaulting forward to bite this thing. Well, they're actually aiming for a bone, if they're being honest. They want the bone.
So,
So-
Can Shift fetch a bone with his crit?
Well,
so
funny you
with
should
a
say that.
natural 20, Shift goes dashing forward once again towards the same undead and finds a spot beneath the ripped fabric of exposed kind of leg and tendon beneath. And Shift goes in and with a large chomp of its jaws yanks back with his head and pulls out a large chunk of femur bone.
Ooh.
Beautiful. And now, since that is an item in their mouth, they're going to teleport away. Bomp.
With his bone prize. This one is also now impaired, movement impaired, because he just took a piece of his leg.
Good dog. That's it. Please
Okay.
continue.
Next up, we have Alvara.
Alright, so Alvara has a twinkle in her eye as she comes to the realization, having studied creatures like this before, and sort of shouts to anyone who can hear. And she's gonna step up as she does, like 15 feet or so. Hold on, actually, I want to measure where I'm gonna go. Also, wait, before I move, real quick, you mentioned one of them dropped a book. Was it the one that's we've been basically like thrashing this entire session?
No, that
It's
was the
her.
one that ran away that Humi cast Dissonant Whispers on.
Can you just flag that one for me, please?
It's
Is
the
that
one that's run away like way over
really
here.
far?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Where was the book dropped?
Oh, just like in front of the fountain.
So like kind of where it was standing before, near the corpse of that woman, a little to the left
Yeah,
of that.
yeah, like near that area. That you can guess anyway, near somewhere over there.
Okay. So Alvara is going to mention, to anyone who can hear her, to start her turn. I've studied these types of creatures before. They only fall to radiant damage. So if you know any sort of spells that have that sort of perhaps effect, I don't know if that would be fourth wall breaking. I mean, radiant. There are like radiant classes.
You can
of
shout
magic,
that
right?
out.
Yeah. Okay. If you know anything of that sort, I implore you to use it. And just out of character, who here? I know Mina does, but numbers do you have,
should
like,
be able to
radiant
do
damage?
I have exactly one
Okay.
radiance.
All right. Yeah, I know there's not a lot of us, and I don't have anything. So, all right. So on that, after that, I'm gonna move. Give me one moment. I'm just checking an ability really quickly. All right. So I'm gonna move. I'm here right now. This is okay. I'm gonna move 30 feet towards that direction where the fallen book is.
Okay.
So it'll put me here roughly.
Okay.
And then once I'm there, I'm gonna cast Face Step, which allows me to, as a bonus action, magically teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space I can see. I can use this a number of times equal to my proficiency bonus. And because I'm in the summer form, every creature of my choice that I can see within 5 feet of me takes fire damage equal to my proficiency bonus. So I'm gonna teleport 30 feet. Fuck. Like there, roughly.
Okay.
Where's the book?
You'd have to roll an investigation check for that using your action.
It's not in sight.
It's not. With this number of people thrashing by and you didn't exactly see where the book was dropped, you'd have to use your action to investigate for it. But you face step, so does that thing get hit?
No, it's too far away.
Oh, okay.
I knew it would be too. Fuck. All right. I guess I'll look for it. I'm not gonna cast anything else this action. I'll look for the book.
Okay, roll an investigation check.
It's another flaccid 20.
Okay.
Ooh. Yeah, we got some
Easily enough, as you step through and begin to quickly search around you, as the movement around you has for the time being ceased, you take a look around, and right near the edge of the fountain, up next to the stone, you see a discarded, old, kind of tattered book just hanging out by the edge.
Is it within grabbing distance or
It's
not?
within grabbing distance.
I'm gonna grab it.
Okay.
And given that I've used my action and bonus action, I think my turn ends there. I don't think I can like look through it or anything at this point. But
I'll say with a glance as you look through it, you begin to flip through you quickly grab it and pick it up, and as you do, the pages just kind of flop open. As this book is barely being held together by its spine. The cloth components of it just completely deteriorated, and as you look through this old parchment that is just a little waterlogged, you don't actually see any text in these pages. It's just blank parchment.
okay. Okay. I have an idea for what I want to do with this, but it'll have to wait till next turn.
Really quick, roll It just won't count for anything like against your turn, but roll a history check really quick or an intelligence check.
They're the same. I'll just roll history. Rolling fucking hot with a 17.
Okay.
With a 17, that's enough. You, after quickly glancing through and given the circumstance of the situation, this is awful similar to the time when you tried to look through Arania's book. There was nothing there.
Would I know if these books are like some sort of, not necessarily valued for their text, but valued as a magical conduit of some kind?
That you're unsure of.
Okay.
But this does remind you of a time before.
Yeah. Got it.
Alright, next is Cultist barely hanging on by a thread's turn.
Ah.
But he has Turn Undead against him, as they all do now. So, he has to immediately use his action, I believe, to flee away from you.
Yeah.
Okay. But that doesn't mean he can't do anything against other people. He just has to move away from you.
No, he can only take that as his action.
It does not say that.
I'll read it to you right now.
Oh, for its action, it can only use the dash action to try and escape from an effect that prevents it from or try to escape from an effect that prevents it from moving. Got it. So he's actually going to dash. Okay. This one is going to... see, if he's dashing, then how far can he go? Let's see. Up to here. Alright, you see this undead that's just barely holding on, its bones beginning to snap, and it's now missing a piece of its leg, which means he doesn't actually get his full movement. He's going to be moving at half speed as he dashes over to here.
Does Audrin get an attack of opportunity?
That's not Audrin, that's Umi. Umi does get an attack of opportunity, and so does Mina.
Okay.
And so does the guard, and so does
And so does the
Aurora.
guard, and so does Aurora if they choose to
And
take
none of it
it.
will matter.
I thought that entered. Wait, it entered their space. It didn't exit their space, though, right?
That's
Oh,
true. The
I
guard
don't
and
think
Aurora
Guard
then
and
would
Aurora
not.
would
That
get
is
it,
a
yeah.
that's not our damage, or that's not an attack roll.
Oh, gotcha.
You gotta roll to hit.
Ah. So do I still get that? Or no?
No, you have to roll to
Yeah,
actually
I
hit
haven't
him.
left it. Yeah.
Go
Okay.
for the legs. Stop
Mina,
its
Mina
movement.
adds a
Alright.
little bit of radiant energy sprinkled into her staff as she swings, right?
And box it with your staff.
No. It's not my turn.
Ooh.
No, I meant for the attack of
Is that just like your whole rapier attack? Did you add anything to that, or?
It's my rapier attack.
That was
I
a
have-
shift roll.
Yeah,
You
it rolled a shift for some
No,
reason.
yeah, no. That's normal. It's just because I
Oh.
clicked his
But you
character
should
lock.
have modifiers to that.
It's finesse, so it's actually dex, which I think it's dex, yeah. So plus
Yeah,
3
finesse is
for
dex.
that. So that's 15.
A 15.
And you
to
do
hit?
have it.
Plus
You have
proficiency?
advantage.
You have advantage because of the
Oh,
fairy
okay.
fire.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
I got a 15 to hit. Does that hit?
That does
Ooh.
not hit.
You don't have proficiency, right?
No, that for me that's including proficiency.
Ah,
'Cause
with
I don't-
proficiency, I get 18 then.
That hits. Roll your damage, and and you're attacking with a rapier.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so roll a damage die for that, and describe it as this undead just begins to shamble by you, missing a whole chunk of its fucking leg.
Aldrin takes his rapier. And he goes in for a slash.
Alright, and as you do, channeling your best Audrin energy as possible, you give him a little dink on his back, somewhat scraping along the spine bones as you hear it crunch as you did before. Or as Audrin did before.
Did
Your
you go for
farm's
the
way
leg?
off.
And once again, you see this one kind of crumble in on itself for a minute, going completely limp in its stance before it just re-straightens itself. Still going. And now that you've attacked it and dealt damage, it is no longer affected by Turn Undead.
Radiant damage! Radiant damage! Or-
I need it to be my time.
My time.
My opportunity. For some reason, I cannot cast spells except for in very particular order.
And actually, now that this is the positioning, I need Mina and Aurora to roll saving throws.
Oh no.
Constitution saving throws, please.
This man stinks.
Yeah.
Oh no, Mina.
I'm gonna use my point of inspiration.
Alright.
Oh.
Forecaster is so good, Gruta. And random guardsman. Guardsman's just fucked. He's poisoned. He doesn't do shit.
Die. He just...
Yeah!
Alright, Mina,
Okay.
you smell this ungodly smell encroach upon you as this undead shambles its way past. And there's even like a bit of unknown substance just leaking from beneath the these tattered, just sundered robes, as all manners of viscera have been taken from its corpse at this point. But it doesn't seem to faze you as he shambles by. Next up is Aurora's turn, who I will say is once again continuing to keep citizens away from these undead as much as possible and make a safe route for them to exit the area, assisting the guards. Aurora, since she can't be here and I don't have her character sheet, where she's just basically going to be an assisting NPC at this point. So Aurora's using her action to assist the local town's folk. That is going to bring us to the top of the round, which means the environmental turn. But why don't we take a break? We've been going for 2 hours.
Ooh, yeah, that was
fast for one once we got to the
Yeah.
top, honestly.
To be honest, I need a snack break, pee break, smoke break, whatever it is I gotta do.
I
Now's
gotta
the time
light
to
up
do
5 cigarettes during the break.
That was the
Alright,
perfect
I also
time to
need-
have a cigarette.
All right, Granny Apples will be back from their break. See ya.
Alright, everyone have a little bit of a 10-minute break. We'll be back in 10 minutes to resume this combat brought to you live here tonight. I gotta get up and stretch for a second and refill my cup. I've completely consumed my rum and coke. I'll be right back to join you guys.
I will be right back.
After these messages.
That sounds good, Grudo. The pumpkin spiced ale. Oh yeah. So how's the chat doing tonight? Oh yeah. Ooh, I've tried making mead before. It was not bad. You just have to make sure that you don't feed it. You have to feed it the right amount of sugar to make sure it doesn't get too tart. I'm doing good. Just playing some D&D with the buds. Very nice, Grudo. Hell yeah. Okay, Zach.
I have
Oh, cool.
returned.
Welcome back, welcome back.
Thank you. How's everyone doing tonight?
Apparently, I do see that some people had their first session in a while, or whatnot.
Ayo, that's always a good feeling.
Yeah.
I hope it was nice.
But we're talking about the pumpkin ale.
Oh, I love pumpkin ale.
Were you there for the time we made ale in the room?
I mean, the time we made mead in our college dorm?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. It wasn't very good.
Yeah. It wasn't. We got the portions a little bit off, but
I mean, it was our first
we
try.
tried.
For our first try, it wasn't bad.
Yeah. Ooh, holiday hiatus.
Holiday hiatus. Honestly, that's a little something that I wish I could have had. But
Oh, yeah?
being in the medical field, that does not exist.
Yeah.
Speaking of like DMing and like getting back into games and stuff, I'm not gonna say what, but I have 2 big announcements to make at the end of tonight's session.
Ooh.
So everyone stay tuned for that. There's big stuff happening.
I'm back.
Foreshadowing.
Welcome back.
Oh.
Yeah, I heard that last sentence. I think we did tease out one of those at our
We did. We've teased it before in like a previous like stream, but I just want to like. I think we should make it official tonight. You know.
Let's lock it in.
We gotta lock it in. And even then, I've got like another announcement to make, just like on top of everything else. So like it's
Right,
it's
that
gonna
I
be
don't
good.
know. That I don't know. I'm in the dark on that one. Do you know, Gonzo? Do you know?
Not a clue.
But while we're all here waiting for people to rejoin, I have a little bit of a soup question.
Yes.
If you were like in the D&D universe, what race do you think you'd be like reincarnated into?
I feel like half orc, for sure.
Oh, for sure. Dragon? Well, I wouldn't expect anything else, Gruta.
Love it.
And it has to be copper.
That's a good question.
It's kind of a hard question sometimes.
Winnie, I could see you being like a
Lizard
drow
folk?
or
Ew.
something.
A drow? Oh, that
Oh.
would be sick.
I could see Mina as a dwarf.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Andrew's
Good
a dwarf.
beard.
Andrew's the most
Yeah.
dwarf person I've ever met in my life.
For me, I would maybe say half elf, but I don't know, 100%.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
I could see half elf.
For Aldrin, ooh. I want to
Elf.
say, like, yeah, an elf, you think?
Yeah.
He'd be
Yeah,
an
no,
elf.
Yeah,
definitely.
but like
Maybe
yeah.
a moon elf.
Yeah.
What about Steve?
Steve?
Human.
Maybe a human.
Yeah.
I mean, this might be an out there one, but like I've seen him play it before, and like I really loved when he was playing it.
Oh,
I'm gonna say
Turtle.
Aarakocra.
Oh. Oh yeah, his Eric Cochran was so cool.
Yeah.
Andrew might also be a furbolg, to be honest.
Oh, that's so true.
True. Yeah, I see that.
Oh, I kind of think I like Furbolg more than Dwarf. Oh, but both are so good.
Yeah. Ooh, half dragon. Little races.
Kobold or
Dragonborn.
Changeling, both are very good. Oh, Goliath is a... Oh, wait, Gonzo, Goliath is a great
Ooh.
option for you.
Goliaths are really
yeah.
underappreciated, and they're very good.
We had a soup question going around.
What's the soup question?
If you were reincarnated into, like, the Faerun D&D universe, what race would you be reincarnated into?
Not your
Gonzo-
pick, but which one's closest to your personality?
I actually feel Goliath works incredibly well for Gonzo.
That's actually so true.
Oh yeah.
But they're very isolated and kind of like loners, and that doesn't really count. So I'm gonna
You
take
can be
more
a
on that.
social Goliath.
Aren't there like clans with Goliaths that like
They have tribes, yeah.
together? Yeah.
I originally
Um,
said half orc, but
Half-Orc is good, but Goliath is also really good.
hell yeah.
Uh,
For you, we said an elf. We're not
An
sure.
elf?
which
I
one.
said a Moon
Yeah.
Elf.
Moon Elf, we'll take it. We will take it. I was thinking Tiefling personally. I have
Oh,
alternative
Tiefling
sensibilities.
could also work. But you're... That's not fair to Tiefling to say. I was gonna say you're too pretty for that, but Tiefling can also be pretty.
That is very kind of you to say, but also be nice to Tieflings.
I was gonna say, well, Tieflings are pretty. It's just, I don't know, my first instinct
You
is just
know
very
how many-
handsome elf.
Oh, you're so sweet. You know how many people murdered all those Tieflings in the camp just because they wanted to fuck Menthara?
Yeah.
They are very pretty. Excuse you.
Yeah, they are very pretty. Honestly, one of my favorite characters that's ever happened in any campaign we've all played together is Damien.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh,
Right.
I love Damien so much. He was my tiefling sorcerer, and he was winged. So
Yeah, he was Draconic Bloodline, right?
Feral Tiefling.
yeah, a feral tiefling. Yeah.
That's
He had a
cool.
little something going on with that lady, right?
Yes,
Yeah, he sure
yes.
did. He was led astray by a succubus, not an actual succubus, a metaphor.
How many times did Damien die in that campaign?
Only like 3. It's
Yeah.
it's not bad. No.
We couldn't revivify him the last time because he got the soul sucked out of him.
Yeah,
He
literally.
got the good
God.
suck.
Yeah, my characters, they're I like Mina. They'll live. They'll be good. Yes.
You know, speaking of, I don't know, all this D&D stuff, I saw something on Twitter that really reminded me of Andrew. And it's a creature that someone just posted, like, what the hell is this? And it's called Man. And its description is half man, and half man, question mark. And it's like a centaur, but all parts of it are man.
Half man, half man, half man.
With like
all
another
woman.
like human like it's just all man parts and there's like 2 heads and shit. It's so fucking weird looking.
Oh god.
That reminds me of something Andrew would do.
Oh, when is the breakup? Do you ever write that down, or
The what?
how long is the break going for? Do you ever write that down?
It should have
8:16,
been
it
back
could have
by
been-
now.
could have been
I'll
15
put us
minutes
back
ago.
on our main screen.
I'm back.
Hell yeah.
Welcome back.
I'm back, baby.
How was everyone's break?
I got another rum and coke.
Nice. I realized I made a horrible mistake.
What'd you do?
I meant to use my druidic shape-shifting ability to take the circle of the constellation of the archer, and I completely forgot.
Rylan in the chat. What did you say about sharts?
Shadowheart. She's called Shart.
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh,
She is known as Shart in many corners of the Baldur's Gate
Oh,
I see.
you had a human fighter named Guy Manson.
community. Guy Manson. He's part of the Manson family.
Oh, All right, are you guys ready to get back into it?
Let's...
No.
All right, we won't then.
Yes.
All right.
Thanks for coming, everyone.
Yeah, thank you everyone for being here. This is a very interesting and fun combat so far. I'm having fun with this. I hope you guys are. I find this
sure.
quite interesting.
Indeed.
Um,
Let's get back to the party wipe.
I don't know. You guys are doing really well so far, honestly.
Except for the fact that no one can kill anything except for Mina.
I can. I just need
Mina numbers
use my
can.
circle form.
Yeah.
Okay, so top of the round, which means environmental turn, so just give me 1 second. Oh, that's too many. Oh no, okay, so we'll just take the first one. I accidentally clicked another. They were the same. How fortunate. Okay.
And a
Wait,
5, which
that's
you've been
2
rolling
more
all night.
5s, yeah. We like 5.
That's
we like
yeah, that's
5.
2 more fucking 5s. I'm just all about 5s tonight. So as this is all happening, you see that sigil that was beneath the 3 cultists begin to not rapidly dissipate, but the pieces that had begun to weave and create this full piece begin to unravel themselves, and you see bits of that deep greenish black energy begin to fizzle out and fade as little sections begin to dissipate. It's still there, it still exists, but as it begins to dissipate and just become a little more dim, you feel that rumbling beneath your feet grow a little, ever so slightly calmer. The stone around you isn't hissing as loudly anymore. The tiles of the flooring beneath you in the city just begin to gently settle. There's still a rumble, but it's not as strong.
We're doing it! We're really doing it!
Top of the round is Audrin.
Hey! Alright, now to go back to doing what I do best, and that's poking people with a sharp and shiny stick. Alright, do I focus my attacks on this person that I cannot kill but I can whittle down? Or do I focus my attacks on this little guy who I can kill?
You have advantage on the cultist until the end of my turn.
That's a good point, but you know what?
Yeah, because of the guiding bolt.
I'm gonna do that. Oh, I'm gonna go back in, like kind of fending off both of them with some deft slashes of the sword and keeping them both at arm's length. He's gonna kind of like juke inwards for another lunge and upward slash towards this the shambling, disgusting, gross guy's chin.
Okay, go for it.
It's gonna be a straight roll because I have advantage from fairy fire, or guided bolt rather, and disadvantage from being poisoned.
Yeah, disadvantage from poison, but advantage because
You
of the
gotta
guiding
be
bolt.
Fucking. Wait a minute. Hold on. I was gonna. I have enough points to just buy another inspiration outright, so I was gonna do it, but that's.
You can buy an inspiration right now?
Well, I can't because the last one was funded and there's not another on the table. So, yeah, that's my.
Okay.
So as my bonus action, I'm gonna use Second Wind.
Oh, right, because you took levels in fighter.
Just one so far. Give me a D10, baby.
Oh.
It's going great! Things are going really wonderful!
I mean, don't forget, you also have the Tail of the Avenger.
That's true. What does that do?
Yeah, but that's reactive. Anything that attacks me gets hit by.
You can leave the range, and then they'll both have to get hit.
Bail off.
That's an interesting point. You know what? Yeah, let's do it. Let's roll the dice, huh? Okay, so I'm gonna use my movement here, and I'm gonna skibbity-bop my way over to, where's the last one? Is it Granny Apples over here?
Huh?
I'm looking for the other cultist. I
It's
guess
running,
they're
they're running to the
They're
right.
they're over here.
There's one that's still invisible, presumably, right?
No.
No, they're all
They're all revealed. All revealed. Okay.
Yeah.
It's over there because Smith was fleeing from the dissonant whispers.
Okay. Okay. In that case.
So are you going to provoke opportunity attacks from both of them?
Come and get me, motherfuckers.
Okay.
All right.
Let me just so I can get.
Do they have to hit him to proc that, Fumi, or do they just have
Yes.
to?
So
Do they
any
just have
creature
ma-
that hits the target with melee attack.
Okay, so I can make it.
Can you slip by him with that fountain there?
There we go.
All right.
You can,
So
you
2
can-
opportunity attacks.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's an open space here. I'd just go.
Just move your character.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, that's probably not great. So for little Grimbo over here,
Not Grimblow.
for little Scrimblow, that's like a 12 to hit.
It don't.
And for Big Daddy Skelly, that's gonna be a 19 to hit.
That do.
Okay, so it procs off that then.
Cool.
And it's damage. It's force damage equal to your bardic inspiration die, right?
A D8.
Okay, so I guess you roll the d8.
All right. Please give me something that isn't a 1.
Okay.
All right.
7.
Yeah.
Okay. And then let me roll its damage really quick since it hit you. That did hit you, right? I'm assuming because that procced.
The 19, yeah, that hit.
If 19 didn't hit, I feel like we'd have several issues.
Whatever it rolls, I'm gonna uncanny dodge that shit.
I have to find its fucking damage dice. 1 second. Wow. Okay. That's not great.
Not great for us, or not great for them?
Not great for them.
Yay!
That's 6 points of bludgeoning damage, which, if you uncanny dodge, is reduced to 3.
Yeah. So still, it was a trade-off here, but I still technically.
And because it was just blasted by this force damage that came off of you, thanks to Humi's ability that was placed upon you, that greenish bit of energy that Humi had placed forces back and just blasts towards this undead as it reaches out towards you, still striking you, but it does stumble backwards a step.
Mhm.
And after taking damage, it is no longer affected by turn undead.
So it kind of ducks and weaves away from this MF as he like runs over towards that other cultist who's making a break for it.
Are they allowed to reaction attack when they're turned, or how does that work?
No, they
Let
can't
him-
take reaction.
That's true. That one wouldn't have been able to take a reaction.
Yeah, so you would have just been able to slip by them without.
Wait,
anything.
let me just double read it just to make sure. It also can't
What?
take reactions. That's true. That one
It's-
wouldn't have been able to.
Okay, cool.
So Audrey, restore all of that. That one is still affected by turn undead. I'm sorry, I forgot about that.
No
Nice.
problem.
Figured I'd ask. I wasn't sure.
I have 43 health points. I'm looking fine.
And that one dumbass that's running is still slowed anyway.
Yep.
Are these guys next to me still turn undeaded?
These two right here,
Yeah.
they are.
Cool.
Yeah, we're in pretty good shape,
I mean,
I think.
for now, my only concern is the amount of ghouls that could exist by the end of like the next.
Well, one
This
of
could-
them is back up too. Like he's not turned anymore. That one.
Right. Yeah.
Mm.
So this could
Surely
go.
the
Like,
various Granny Appleses and people around here would have fleed by now.
this
They
is a big city.
definitely would have, but like I'm not gonna just constantly move these minis around for this.
There's probably like a flow of people that are coming out. There's like.
There's definitely like a consistent flow of people. This is a huge city. There's a consistent flow just channeling out.
Like when there's a
Yeah.
fire, sometimes the biggest threat is when people literally stampede and like dogpile all over.
Yeah, some people die. People die from that shit.
But Aurora's helping out, and she's making sure that doesn't happen.
And she
That's
helped. Next up is zombie undead Mr. Man's over here's turn, who is still affected by the turn undead, who can only use his action to move away. So, there is now an undead lord joining the charge out of the city as he goes this way.
Maybe we shouldn't have done that.
I mean, it stopped the ritual.
You guys
It
should have set
seems.
up maybe a safety net beforehand.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah,
one
because
thing at a time.
he's dashing this whole time, so we're not going to be able to catch him.
Well, I can catch him. I can bonus. I can dash.
Well, it doesn't
But I
say
can't-
he has to dash, it just says he has to use his action to move.
But I can't.
Oh, that's true.
And I also can't kill him. They don't do any radiant.
Yeah.
We can
But
get him
you
in a
can-
low, and then someone can finish him off.
That's his turn. Now it's this one right here's turn, who again, is turn undeaded. Let me see. It's turn for 1 minute until it takes any damage. Oh, I accidentally put the slow. Technically, this one should have gone before then. But regardless, that one would have still done that anyway, and he is slowed, so he can only take that movement action anyway. Not bad. But he is going to go. Why does it jump from 5 to 8 tiles? Hold on.
Because it's going up the side of the.
Yeah, it's trying to go across the fountain. He's going to go this way and flee along with his brethren
At least I can
out
beat
of the
shit out of that one.
situation. It is now Scrimblo's turn, who is actually turn undeaded. That's this. The first one that was up is this one that's right here.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to use his action to. And he's going to go just directly opposite, which is this way. Get out! Numbers, it's your turn.
It's my turn.
This is
Okay.
going so unexpected.
Yeah,
I
this
didn't
is
expect
not.
2 of them to fucking book it.
Can we assess the risk of these undead lords just like hanging out in the city? Should we be pursuing them?
Maybe.
You would know
get
that
in-
your ability only lasts for 1 minute.
Yeah, but we don't want to lose sight of them. They could slaughter people elsewhere, start the ritual over elsewhere.
Mm.
Or what's the significance of this fountain? Do they have to be the ritual here? Do we have to defend this point?
I don't think we know.
We don't really know.
We
Yeah.
don't
We also
really-
don't know if there are other groups elsewhere in the city.
We're basically working with no information at all.
If you do radiant damage to one of them, we could take them out. So I think that
Yeah.
Depending
Does
on the one
anyone-
you choose.
I can do radiant damage. I've been doing it, just not enough.
Is anyone not like looking great as far as the undead guys?
The one that ran past Alvara is real low.
No, the
Oh.
one that
The one
ran
over
past them.
here is
yeah.
low.
Oh yeah, sorry, not Alvara. In this
Aurora.
direction.
But
we're-
I-
Yeah, but-
That
I can
one's
handle
low, but
this
it's
one.
close to
Nina's
me,
got
but
that
yeah.
one.
I would say the one next to Granny Apples over there.
That one's not
How-
that low. I only hit it like twice.
I know, but it's still probably best to target those two because the other one's gonna die to Mina next turn anyway. Hopefully.
So should we maybe let like the guy in the far corner run in the northwest, like exit, like leave and just not pursue him?
yeah.
I wouldn't say that because he could probably turn on the ghouls and there's a big group of people where he's running. I'd say let's take care of these two and then let's pursue.
Well, oh, I don't know, because if we're gonna pursue, we should do it now before he runs even further.
I can hit. Eldritch Blast has a range of 120 feet. I can hit that guy from there and make him have to deal with us.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll take him out of his fleet. Yeah, and besides, like, even if we chase him, then we'd be leaving these two. So anyway, we slice it. Like, we're not dealing
And
with
the
some of them.
ghouls. There's still a lot of ghouls
Yeah.
up too who aren't turns.
We have a bigger problem to deal with. We can chase him down if we need to. But we
Yeah.
probably won't.
Okay. I'm gonna deal with some ghouls. I'm actually gonna call down lightning. I'm going to step over down off the fountain and call down lightning in between these two guys in the southwest corner, and hit them both.
Okay, which 2 are you
So-
trying to hit?
In the southwest corner.
You want to hit these 2?
Yeah.
Okay. And what spell are you using?
Call lightning.
Okay. I was looking in the wrong direction there first. Okay, that's a concentration spell.
What's the weather like outside?
It is a light snowfall.
Does that count as a storm?
It could, given that these are clouds of precipitation, you could begin to channel your energy around and begin to form a solid storm cloud in the midst of this swirling snow. Almost making like a wintry mix, if you will.
Wintry mix.
A wintry
So-
mix.
Thunder snow?
Thunder snow.
Yeah. So I'm gonna call down thunder snow onto these two guys
Fuck yeah, thunder
for
snow.
for 4d10 damage.
Jesus.
Shit, thunder snow.
Yeah, I'm also going to use one of my channel divinities to just maximize the damage. So I don't even have to roll. They just are instantly not there anymore.
Centered
after
on a point
lightning
you can
strikes
see
them.
100 feet directly in front of you. You cast a spell, you choose a point you see within range. A bolt of lightning flashes down from the cloud to that point. Each creature within 5 feet of that point must make a dex saving throw.
So they're within 10 feet of each other. So if I call the lightning in between them, it'll hit them both.
Yes, it will. Okay. And you said you're just going to use your channel divinity to do max damage?
To do 40 damage.
Okay, hold
Damn.
on. Let me read something really quick. Okay. You
So
raise
they're
your mace
standing there
once again to
growling.
the sky, and as you do, that same flicker of lightning begins to form. It snakes along the sides of your jaw, up along your cheeks, and then around your eyes as they kind of glaze over in this milky white. And you see this. Like, it's been snowing above, but then you see a dark gray cloud begin to swirl right directly above numbers as it just churns and forms, and you can hear that low rumble in the sky begin to take place. And as you point your mace down, just boom, a big lightning strike in the middle of all of these two guys.
They
Uh,
turn
st-
into silhouettes of themselves. They blink twice as two piano key notes play, and then they crumble into dust.
That's exactly what
Ash.
happens as it strikes down. It just completely incinerates their bodies and just leaves nothing but not even full corpses. It's just little mangled bits and pieces that are just singed and smoking at this point. Gently
there's a-
melting amongst the freshly fallen, like powdery snow.
There's a woman there too that they were about to attack. What is her reaction to this?
She was. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I'm looking for the knockdown. That's not exactly knocked down, but you know what? That's close enough.
She got caught in the crossfire. The
She
first lie.
had her fabric snagged as their ghoul had lashed out and attempted to like attack her. And though
Right.
he had missed, he was like holding on to her, attempting to like drag her down with him. And as
Mhm.
this happened in front of her, that loud boom resonating through all of your ears as you hear this flash, she stands in place for a moment, terrified that she herself has just been struck and perished, even as it happened literally 5 feet in front of her. But she slowly backs up and pulls her fabric away from the ghoul that had it in its hand. Its hand is now missing and off to the side somewhere. And she quickly picks up and just books it as fast as she can out of the city, like towards
You're
the nearest
welcome.
place.
I shout as she flees.
I gotta take these guys out of the initiative.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy's in the wrong spot then.
Also, my mace is no longer electrified because that was also a concentration spell.
Oh wait, no, this is the
Uh-huh.
right one. Right. So, as that concludes, that crackle that was amongst your mace, as it had channeled down this bolt of thunder, of thunderous energy and that lightning as it struck, the crackling amongst the top of the metal just begins to dissipate and fizzles out in a little. Is
Nice.
that the end of your turn?
That's the end of my turn, yeah.
Okay, next is Fooly Gooly over here, who had just taken down a citizen in front of you guys.
Slowly.
Fooly Gooly. And as he did so and just completely snapped this lady's neck in its like cold jaw in front of you all, ripping up pieces of viscera as it just snaps forward and sees the next closest target to it, which is Alvara. This one is going to, again, take a deep breath, and with bits dripping from its jaw, now with red pooling amongst like that harsh blue of its skin, it is going to attempt a cold breath on you. So I need you to make a dex saving throw.
Will do. Will do. Eight.
Unfortunately, that is a failure.
What is
With that, it expends this cone of just icy energy, and you see bits of ice begin to take place amongst your boots and your feet, almost rooting you in place for a moment. And as you move your joints back, shattering what ice was able to form, you feel your joints just stiffen. You take 12 points of cold damage, and your movement speed is reduced by 10 until the start of the zombie's next turn.
Got it. Alright.
Alright, Mina.
Alright, so I'm gonna do what I should have done from the beginning. And use my starry form to take the form of an archer as my bonus action.
Okay. Now, what's
Then-
that do for you?
So, while I'm in that starry form, when you activate this form and as a bonus action on each of your subsequent turns while it lasts, you can make a ranged spell attack, hurling a luminous arrow that targets one creature within 60 feet of you. On hit, the attack deals radiant damage equal to 1d8 plus your wisdom modifier.
Okay. Sounds solid.
So since I activated that, I'm going to make a spell attack against the one right behind me. Where'd that go?
Gruta, have a good rest. Thanks for joining us.
Sleep tight, my
Thank you,
beloved
Gruta.
Thanks for joining.
Thanks for joining us tonight. Have a good sleep-ins.
So that's gonna be 23 to hit. Does that hit the dude?
Where did you roll?
I don't know. It kind of just left. Oh, I found it.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Yes. So a 23 to hit, that hits. Oh, well, that's even higher, but that does not count. 23
It will
hits.
hit. So 1d8 plus.
Oh,
my
wait a minute.
wisdom.
You had advantage anyways, but whatever.
It either way it would have hit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be 5 radiant damage.
How do you want to do this?
I just kind of like summon like a little tiny bit of starlight at my finger and just kind of do a finger gun and send like a little star looking thing like at him.
As this astral form begins to take place and you see that same starry pattern begin to form all over your body and your skin, taking on this bit of like a deepish purple blue hue, almost transparent, as if you were a constellation in the night sky. And as you unleash this forward, crashing into the undead that has begun to run away very poorly near you, you hit it with this blast of radiant energy, and as you do, you finally see it fall forward and just crumple. As the bones just seem to fall apart at the joints, bits just begin to scatter, and all of those pieces just lay amongst in like a pile of dust and bits beneath this black and silver cloth. He falls over dead.
Hell yeah. One down. Many more to go. Well, hopefully not too many more. Seeing that one is taken care of, I'm going to fly over to here. And... the one that's trying to run away here, that's like the farthest away, I'm going to use guiding bolt once more to try to hit them.
Go for it. What's the range on guiding bolt?
Let me
Is
give
it
me one second.
120?
I do believe so. I don't think it's going to matter, though. Yeah, 120.
All right. So you begin to form that same energy within you and pull back on that archer's bow and unleash it forward as that starry pattern pulls back with you and sends a shooting beam forward towards this undead that has begun to just book it away from you all, and unfortunately it goes wide, thankfully not impacting the undead or any citizens around it, but into like the stone building that is just further ahead.
Oh, not the precious stone.
Stone. Is that the end of your turn, Mina?
That will be the end of my turn.
Alright. Himmy, you and Shift are up.
Alright, so, seeing as that just went down, Humi
Well, that
is
just
going
happened.
just the one that's trying to run. So they are slowed, right?
Yeah, the one that's booking it is slowed.
Okay. Okay. So Humi is first going to get as close as they can. So, how close can I get?
I believe 30 feet. Which is 6 tiles.
So, yeah, I'm gonna go right there. And then it would be, so 60 is 12 tiles.
Yes.
Okay, and that informs my decision. Okay. So. Wait, no. I'm actually going to dash. Yep.
You're gonna use
dash.
your action to dash?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's another 6.
That's not you.
That's a bar.
Oh, whoop, my bad. Sorry about that. I shift into everyone so often I kind of forget sometimes. Alright, yeah. Let's see if this will work.
Okay. So as you do that, one is gonna get an opportunity attack against you.
Perfectly fine.
Let's see. That's like a 12 to hit.
Ah, that does not hit.
So as you run past this one ghoul amongst the ground that has been attacking the nearby civilians, and Alvara just like attempts to sweep a claw out to grab your ankle as you go by, and it just raises by.
And as I pass them, Humi is going to start singing that beautiful melody as dissonant whispers rocks into the mind.
Well, can
of
you
the
do
one
that if you used your action to
away.
dash?
So it's instantaneous.
It's casting time is one action though, so you already used your action.
Oh darn. Yeah, then. Ooh. Yes, that is right, and I am going to have to call it for Humi's turn, I believe. Yep. So now it is up to Drift, the Blink Dog.
Got a big chunk of femur bone.
Yeah, he's happy right now. And he has a
Amongst all the
speed
shifts,
of
just kind of
40.
wagging his tail with a bit of bone in his mouth.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so he moves 40, so he can go up to 8. Yeah, that's
I
right
believe
there.
That's 8.
There we go. So, now they are going to take a bite at the feral zombie.
Okay. Take an attack at Scrimbo.
Okay!
That definitely hits.
Alright. And they are going to take a bite. So that is 1d6 plus 1 for piercing.
Okay. Did they drop their bone where they had it?
Yes, they did. So that is
2 points.
2, yes.
Okay, so as Shift blinks, did they blink or did they dash? Or
They
like they ran.
they ran over there, yeah.
So
they didn't
Shift
dash.
once again charges forward, leaving their little prize behind. They lunge forward, and seeing Alvara get attacked by this creature, they lunge and they just kind of barely get a grip with their jaw on the wrist of this creature as it shrieks back with a
And
It doesn't
before
seem to do much, but Shift is guarding his friends.
Hell yeah. And Shift's not done yet. He's going to do one more teleport, and they are chasing after this guy.
Alright. That brings us to Alvara.
Okay. Is this thing within? This thing's still like it used its frost breath from a distance, right? Like it's not in melee range.
Yeah, it did it from a
10
distance.
feet away. Okay.
It's like a 15-foot cone.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't have any disadvantage or anything like that. And how
But your
far away
movement
am I
speed
now?
is reduced by 10 feet.
Yes, it is. It's about 13 away, which I think should still be well in range for Eldritch. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's 120.
2 bolts, one to the little ghoul who fucked my shit up, and the other to that guy running away.
Alright, roll the one for the ghoul first, and then roll for the guy.
Happily. Ghoul, 9. Guy, 15.
Alright. For the ghoul, it just barely hits. Roll damage.
Alright.
Yeah, Shift wants that other leg.
7 plus the 4, because of agonizing blast, it's gonna be a 11 for damage.
Alright.
That little fucker.
So you bring that green energy again up into your hand. And this time with a little bit of vengeance, you unleash it forward, and while it goes wide on the one that's making a dash, for the ghoul next to you that did you a little dirty, it slams directly into its chest, and it shakes its head off as you see a bit of like a blackish singe across its chest from the impact. It looks a little rough, and seems... Well, it's kind of hard to read the emotion on this thing. I mean, look at its fucking face. But it seems a little hurt.
Little bastard. She's gonna walk forward a little bit, kind of rests her arm on this after the cold thing, and give like a look to Audryn, like that sort of just says, you know, we got this.
Probably. Oh.
Alrighty. That brings us to this guy. Which
The
is
guy.
the one that died.
Oh, poor bastard.
Oh, oh, oh.
Or so you
I'm
thought.
just gonna.
He
I forgot to
comes
take him
back.
out of the initiative order, so there he goes. So that should have taken. Okay, right, because I numbered them wrong in the first place. So whatever. You know what?
Just end
That's
his
why I
turn.
didn't do that to begin with. You know, whatever.
Sometimes you just know.
Sometimes this isn't how this is supposed to be. God, it's because I numbered them wrong when I typed in the initiative order on the fucking mod.
Next time you just gotta change their colors and then like write down what numbers, what color.
Yeah, I
get.
didn't think I'd get this confused, but it turns out I'm a stupid.
Sorry. It's just a little mistake, no huge deal.
We'll just do that, and then I'm gonna put him back where I guess the other one would properly go. Which, hold on, which means it's...
I think it was Aurora's turn.
Yeah, then it's Aurora's turn. Which Aurora is once again still aiding everyone, keeping citizens as far back from this encounter as they can. Aurora's a bit definitely shaken and thrown off by this encounter. Just trying to keep the people of Balverden safe. And then next we have the top of the round, which brings us to the environmental turn.
Yay. Oh,
Okay.
That's good. That's good.
So, those of you that are still within the vicinity of the fountain, you see the sigil that had been begun to form beneath it just dim even lower. Its light fading, almost non-existent at this point, as the pieces of the sigil have broken apart. They're not connected at the points anymore. The 3 corners remain, but it is barely functional. While it had looked at about like a 60 between a 60 and 70% before, now it's like between like a 10 and 15%.
Is there still like a shaking happening, or has that also kind of ebbed?
The rumbling is still happening, though where you're standing right now, it is just formed into a low tremor. It is not a violent earthquake like it was before. It seems to be lessening in power in this area, and I will say at the top of this round, while far away enough, you still hear distantly, like far in a different quarter, the shrieks and cries of civilians as they flee.
Oh boy.
Like a loud uproar occurring.
What if like we defeat all these guys and then like there's just like a horde of zombies in the city
That-
anyway?
Could have happened. We
I
don't
think
know.
That's
that's what's
a
happening,
possibility.
actually.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure this out.
We're
It's
like,
all
we
good.
did it. We saved the town. Meanwhile, all of a sudden we turn around and it's just burning.
Top of the round, Audrin.
I know what to do. I might feel a little sick to my tummy right now, but I'm being very brave about it. I
Oh
only
right, you're
told 2
poisoned, I
people.
forgot.
Okay, anyway, I'm going Audrin, who's been ducking and weaving through these guys, kind of casts a bit of a glare at the this cultist, this undead cultist that's trying to dart by him. He's gonna give a nod to Alvara and then jump. He's gonna step onto the this little bench here, and then like push off of it, leap off of it, and just kind of go for kind of like a leaping slash at the bloke. Right here.
Alright, attack with disadvantage, please.
Alvaro's gonna gasp while looking on as she can and just say, always with the theatrics.
Yes. Let's go. Oh boy. Okay.
Come on,
does
drunken
this-
sailor, give it your best shot.
Does he still have fairy fire on him?
That one
No,
never
that
had
was the
fairy
other one.
fire on him.
Oh, I'm gonna kill myself.
Disadvantage, please.
I'm working
Wait,
on
I
it.
thought that was the one that did have fairy fire, because the one
No,
I-
the one
No,
that
the one that had
got
fairy
killed.
fire died.
I
Oh,
don't hit it.
None of these other two do?
Mm-mm. The other
The
two
one that
succeeded.
throws away has slow, so they can only move or.
I'll change this
take
one's base
action.
color because he's slowed.
Cool.
That'll do.
Yeah, I
There,
don't.
I'll
I don't
made it
does a-
yellow.
Does a 14 hit?
Does not.
Cool. Alright, that's my turn.
So as you go to make a swing at him, he's just quickly fleeing from this ever-encroaching number 127 as he gets closer to him, and that's the target that he's fleeing from.
Alright, I'm actually gonna use the rest of my movement, just like... So he moved 5 feet. 5.
He's still turned technically, so I don't think they take a
Sorry.
reaction against you, right?
I haven't
They
used my bonus
don't.
action either, so I'm just gonna run all the way up here.
Okay, next up is this fella right here who is slowed. He has nothing else to do except keep making a run for it. So he's gonna use his movement to move 30 more feet away. But how did that happen? There. Next
Wait,
up
Humi,
is
did you say they move slower when slowed?
Yeah, don't they take like half their speed or something like that?
The slow spell. Each target must see affects speeds. Yeah, the target speeds. The target speed is half.
oh, their speed is halved. So
Yes.
technically he wouldn't even be here. He would be like back right here.
Yeah.
He's very slowly walking away.
Yeah, so he's definitely not as far as I thought he was. There he is.
Audrin, you ran right past him.
Audrin's trying to get in front of him to get an attack of opportunity.
Audrin
Trying
just
to
saw the
block him
crowd and
off.
started sprinting.
Trying to, yeah.
So like this would, I know it's in turn order, but technically speaking, this would all be happening simultaneously. So he's chasing this person down, presumably.
Mm-hmm.
But he's in front of him.
You're in front of him now because of the slope.
He's cutting him off.
Just cutting him off.
Mm-hmm. It's strategy.
I mean, technically, as long as you don't damage him, he'll stay turned, so you could just try to tackle him or like otherwise grapple him.
Or to use my action to attack.
This one, however, it's his turn and he is still turned, so he is going to use 6 feet to get like right here and run. Next up is numbers.
Let's fucking go. Move over a little bit and call lightning down in between the two of these cultists or liches or undead guys. And I'm not gonna roll again either. I'm gonna do another channel undead and do 40 damage on both of them.
Jesus.
Okay, so where are you? Where's the point? Because it's within 5 feet of the point that's called down, right?
It would be in such a way where it would not damage anyone except.
So if like
these
the
two.
point's here, yeah, that would work. Okay, so what? I forget. What do they have to roll for? What's their saving throw?
Dex.
Dex.
See if you can dodge lightning.
Right, and it's a concentration spell, so you have to concentrate on keeping that cloud going.
Mm-hmm.
Or that lightning energies. The energies. Alright, let me see.
With slow also, it's a
They get a penalty to
-2.
dex saves, right?
Yes, -2.
Well, that's for their AC.
No, and dex saving throws.
Oh, and to their dex saving throws. Okay, so we'll do the slow guy first. Well, he only rolled a natural 9, which would have been an 11, which goes back down to 9. So he fails. Let's do this one. Oh, that's a natural 1.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow,
We
these
just
guys
say he
are
dies
rolling
outright.
like shit tonight. Alright, you're using your channel divinity to do 40 points of
Max.
damage.
Max damage, baby.
How many
That's
times can you do
nutty.
that?
Twice. That's it.
Alright, so once again you begin to focus that that point of crackling energy that you had called upon before, and this time you angle it down towards the two that are beginning to flee. And as you do, you feel that skin prickling energy build. And as you point your mace down, it's almost like this focal point has been decided, and a lightning bolt just boom hits right in between the two of these. And you hear that, well, all of you hear this loud echo as it just reverberates off of all of the stone around you, and that sharp impact. And they both take 40 points of damage. And they are both no longer affected by Turn Undead.
They're both still up though.
They're both
So
still up.
Their robes are surely burned to a
They
crisp.
are looking like shit after that.
But
Being-
Grief is naked.
Being utterly just singed, and there's no hair to be had that could even be stood up straight. But there's the marring and the marks along their skin, and their what little bits of dried skin and flesh they do have are just completely blackened with this, as just singed bits are dripping off of their faces and their limbs, hitting the stone tile.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
Next up is Little Scrimblow's turn, if that's the end of your turn.
Yeah, that's it.
Alright, let me roll to see if he gets his breath back.
Those guys would have
It is
died
not.
though if not for their being undead.
They wouldn't.
No.
Nope.
What?
You're level 6.
Scrimblow did not get his breath weapon back. So
Good.
seeing his prey flee from him, he's going to turn to the next thing that is next to him, which is Humi.
No.
He's going to swipe at your ankles again as you ran by.
No.
That's a 7 to hit.
Does not hit.
He sucks, dude.
I'm sorry, Winter, but you've been rolling quite poorly.
I've been
tonight.
rolling like shit this encounter. This is not how I saw this going. Alright, fuck Scrimblow. It's Minnie. It's Mina's turn.
It's Minnie's turn.
It's Minnie's turn.
Mina's main focus right now is on the dudes, so she's gonna fly like over to here, and she's going to I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt one more time. But I'm gonna aim for in this guy.
Okay. Give him a go.
He launched it.
That's going to be a 12. I don't think that's gonna hit, right?
That does not hit.
Ah! So, yeah, I conjure like a little. I have my little star bow that does nothing repeatedly. So I'm gonna take another little shot. Not quite as powerful, but
Just a little pew pew.
there we go. All right.
That one will hit. And you're still aiming it at this guy?
Yes, I am.
Hmm.
That's gonna be a nice, pleasant 5 radiant damage.
Okay, and as you do, you see it singe along its back as it impacts, and that cloth, especially from Numbers' hit, has begun to burn away a bit, and that the flesh is just looking singed and broken, as bits of bone fragments have just flown off at this point. Looks hurt, but not dead.
No. No. That's
Umi,
gonna be the end of my turn.
you and Shift.
Okay. Okay. So I have a idea. Well, nah, I'm not gonna change it. Alright, so I'm going to look at Scriblow, seeing that I'm the closest to him, and I don't want him escaping. I don't think that those two are escaping, so Aldrin is going to parry and then slash with his sword.
Alright, make a rapier attack.
And that is plus proficiency, plus, so 3 plus my dex. 7 plus, yeah, 13. Does that hit?
That does hit.
Ah! Wonderful. Okay.
Okay. Okay,
So-
okay.
I slash and do 8 damage.
That's it?
My bonus action is going to be,
Oh, you
Who
but
is-
that's it for damage? I thought you added stuff to that, or no?
yeah, no,
You
think
add, don't you add,
that-
am I wrong in, like, saying don't you add proficiency to that or something?
do I add proficiency to attack rolls?
No, I don't think so to damage.
Not proficiency, but I mean, like, the modifier.
Oh, the dex modifier. Oh, yes, I do believe so, actually. That would be 8 and then 11.
Alright, how do you want to do Scrimblow?
Oh! Okay, so, kind of like how you see those zombies movies where, like, there's a crawler that's kind of, like, moving, and, they do a really brutal, like, downward hit. I'm gonna do that.
Alright, you take a couple steps back, channeling in your best Audrin, dodging deftly as he strikes his claws out, trying to grasp at your ankles, and with a he just keeps trying to grab you and grab you.
It lacks the artistry, but it'll do.
And with a couple little steps back and a little attempted flourish with your rapier, you just slice it down. And as you do, you connect directly with that sinuous neck tendon, and you just slice its head clean off.
Ooh.
And it falls limply to the ground with a thud.
But, wait, that's not all. I'm going to basically start singing a tiny little sea shanty as Audrin feels inspired.
Oh, you're using your bardic inspiration.
Yes, for once. Yes.
Wahoo, wahoo, wahoo! Thank you.
Okay. And shift?
Shift is going to basically be right next to him, so he's going to take a bite attack.
And it's a disadvantage, remember, because he's poisoned.
Right. Yes. Okay. Well.
I've been forgetting that he's poisoned.
Yeah. Okay. +3 is what he gets. So 13 was my lowest. Yeah.
That does not hit.
Damn. Okay. Then is there any like citizens nearby that look like they might be in the next target of these guys, or?
Right now, from what you can tell, these guys aren't in a position to target anybody. They, from whatever numbers had done, they only are intended to flee at this moment.
Okay. So Shift is going to basically go teleport over here and then be a guard dog to kind of
Try to
rile
block them
in.
off.
Yes.
Oh, he's hurting them. He's doing hurting dog technique.
Yes, he do the hurdy-gurd.
Alright, next up is Alvara.
So she's probably mostly recovered from the blow, and she's no longer slowed by it either. So as she shakes that off, she's gonna peek around this little corner here. Dink. And lifting up her left hand, she's gonna cast Eldritch Blast. Are they looking? Is any one of them looking worse than the others? Do they both look
This one is looking worse than this one.
How do they both look overall? Are they both like pretty bad? Or
They
is it,
don't
like...
look great. They look pretty bad, but that one definitely is a little worse for wear.
I'll split it again. First one's gonna go to the blue base. Second's gonna go to the yellow. 18 on the first.
That hits.
And for the yellow fellow, 22.
Both hit. Roll damage.
I'll roll the damage together. So for the first one, that's going to be 7 points of force damage. For the second one, it's going to be 6.
So. Ouch. I just smacked myself really hard with the pencil.
So so while sort of using the right hand to brace herself against the stone structure, she lifts her left and casts that familiar bolt of green energy forward towards both of the fleeing cultists.
And as you do, both bolts strike out and they send true to their target, impacting both in the back as they are attempting to flee. And taking this well, they have already, I forgot they already had lost their turn undead feature. But it impacts both of them, sending them staggering amidst this rushing crowd as people are beginning to rush past. Some of them are getting bumped around by the crowd. One of them, the one with the blue base, looks very similar to how the other did before it eventually perished at Mina's hand. It looks rough, as if it's about to crumple at any moment.
Okay. I think that will end Alvara's turn.
Alright. And for Aurora's turn, she is still helping the guard escort the civilians out. And that'll bring us to the top of the round, and I'll just roll an environmental die really quick. Okay. So, at this point, the sigil that's beneath the fountain for those who are still in range to see. You see that greenish blackish hue that had formed beneath it. It had dulled down into just a faint dim light. The shapes had just broken apart and sizzled away. And at this point, the shapes completely dissipate. There is no longer a sigil underneath this fountain.
Awesome.
However, coming from that same direction in which you heard that increase of shrieks and shouts coming from a different district in the city, from where you are, you hear, all of you can hear orders being shouted amongst the local Laslar Vanguard as they are trying to escort everyone out. You hear them shouting something along the lines of, "The terrace! They're in the terrace!"
Fucking shit.
Uh-oh. So I guess we have to go to
that's
the
our
terrace
next
of the
dump.
ocean. Yeah.
Audrin.
Our work is never done. All right. Where was I with this joker?
Put a little radiant oil on that sword.
Yeah, it would be nice, like Witcher style, but unfortunately.
Take points in
Okay.
Blood Hunter.
That's true. Which between the two of these, which is looking worse for the wear?
This one.
Okay.
Blue base.
In
Blue
that
balls.
case, don't. In that case, I'm gonna go in diagonally over
I'm sorry,
here
the
and
intrusive
attack.
thoughts came in.
Oh yes, and I'm gonna attack this one here that's closer to me.
Finish this shit, Audrin!
We're working on that. Hasn't exactly been.
Finish it! That one took a fucking wild ride.
Okay,
You're still poisoned, right?
I know that. Okay, so 14 plus. What dice is it for Bardic Inspiration?
Yeah, you had a
1d8.
bardic inspiration.
It is 1d8.
Then 2.
Beautiful.
So
Yes,
that's added to your
22.
14 to hit?
Yeah, it's a 22.
That hits.
Yeah, I should fucking hope
There's a
so.
difference there.
Or we'd have to pack it up right now. Whew! Thank you, Humi. You are now going to get a drink. Well.
Ah, there we go. Got turned around in the last hour.
15.
Alright, describe your attack. 15 points of damage. Oh wait, you're not near anybody. You get sneak attack.
I know that. I already got the dice ready. 15 plus 13.
Holy shit.
Pretty
Hell
close to,
yeah.
Yeah, pretty close to 30 there, so that's 28 points of damage.
Describe your attack.
So he sprints over in front of these shambling fucking jokers. And then as they are he's more than gathered at this point that they are compelled to sprint, and his gears in his head are turning a little bit, and he sprints, and then as they kind of catch up to him and he lowers his pace, he stops, turns on his heel really fast, and in one swift motion sweeps his sword across this thing's neck like he's swiping a credit card for a satisfying purchase.
Alright.
Hi, Ash.
Oh, Ash is here. Hold up. Hi. Sorry. Hi, Ash.
You okay?
I'm fucking dying.
You
Hi,
rolled
Ash.
a 1 on that one.
As you do, you bring your sword up, and as you slash across, it connects once again with that bone just tearing at the solid surface beneath. And as you rake it down across the neck through the chest, pieces of rib and viscera just go flying off of the surface, completely cutting away the silvered and blackened robe that has been already charred to bits by Numbers and Elvara and everyone else that has just bashed on these guys. As they splatter onto the solid stone beneath you all, as the rumbling beneath at least you all have ceased, you see just this carve through the middle of the chest where you have left. Just there's a few ribs missing. At this point, the neck has just broken chunks, and this guy once again crumbles in on himself and looks to go limp for a moment before that dull green blackish glow within the sockets just goes and just focuses back to you.
Okay. Now Audrin's going to move back a few feet. He's going to go at this little choke point here, sprint past him, being faster than these slowed, shambling corpses, one would hope. And he's going to prepare himself to block their exit best he can.
Okay.
And then he's going to call out to anyone who's listening, predominantly Numbers and Mina. He's going to say, "Finish the damn job, would ya? This is exhausting work."
Okay.
That's it. That's my turn.
Next up is Mr. Slowed Man's turn.
Mr. Slowman.
Given that their motivations have failed here in this scenario, and no longer being affected by the turned undead effect. Let me see. It's going to use its action, because that's all it can do. Let's see where half of its movement can take it. Oh, perfect. To the one that just completely cleaved across it, it's going to shamble forwards with what little it can muster, and grab you again by the coat lapels as the other had done, and attempt to headbutt you in the head with a slam attack.
Give it your best fucking
It is going
shot.
to multi-attack.
Also, don't forget, you have the, oh, what is it?
Oh, the
Tale of
tails.
the Avenger.
So that's gonna be a 19 to hit
Yeah, it is.
for once in my fucking life.
Hmm.
I don't think it is,
Okay, well,
because I am going to cast Silvery Barbs. They have to roll at a disadvantage.
okay, let's try disadvantage. Oh, that one was even higher. That's 22 to hit.
Then they take
Oh.
1d8 psychic damage. Or force damage, I mean.
Okay, so to hit you first with its first attack of its first part of the multi-attack. That is 6 points of bludgeoning damage, and then how much force damage does it take?
1d8.
Let's go, baby. And
Alright, roll the d8.
I'm gonna uncanny dodge that one. Actually,
Okay.
no, I'm not, because I want my attack of opportunity in case they try to get past.
It grabs you and intends to slam its forehead against yours, and as the bone impacts directly into your skin, it stings, but it gets ever so softly just pulsed back by that force damage that Humi had empowered within you, that green burst coming forward.
Woo! Thank you.
But once again, it is going to attempt to make a life drain against you, as it is now very threatened and in danger.
Okay.
That is an 18 to hit? Question mark?
If it meets, it beats.
Okay, make a constitution saving throw. Or wait, no. Yeah, saving throw. Make a constitution saving throw.
I'm assuming this is not a melee attack, right?
This is a melee attack.
Then another 1d8.
Okay.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Okay,
I'm gonna need that.
so that unfortunately is a failure. You take 10 points of necrotic damage as it unhinges its jaw in front of you. That glow dimly within its eyes begins to amp up in power as it begins to just suck in with this ungodly noise. You can feel your life essence pulling from your skin, seeping directly into this thing's gaping maw. Let me see how this is worded. Your max HP, since you failed the Constitution check, is reduced by 10
Mm-hmm.
until you finish a
That's
long rest.
Oh shit.
Wow.
And it gains the 10 HP back. It
That's
does still
really
take that force damage, but as it's pulsed back a little bit, it doesn't seem too phased by this.
And then the 1d8 force.
Yeah, it got hit by the force damage along with that, but it wasn't enough to break it.
Oh, gotcha.
At this point, they're like so low. We just got to finish them off with radiant. I don't think any other damage is gonna really help.
Yeah, but only 2 people in our entire party even have the
I know,
capabilities
that's
of
the
doing
issue.
that,
Yeah,
which is really what's
that's the
making this
issue.
drag.
And I've been missing constantly because no one would provide me with bardic inspiration.
Okay, okay, okay.
Next up is blue balls.
Blue ball.
Stop calling them blue balls.
Let's see. Okay. Seeing where it is and seeing its point of exit has been cut off by an opponent, it is going to turn. And it is going to rush forward and make an attack against you, Numbers, as you are the one that has been absolutely obliterating them from the get-go. It is going to use a legendary action to empower its life drain. Attack
Is
against
he-
you.
Does he have to roll for the attack, or
He
just
does.
hit the attack?
He rolled a natural 18 plus... Okay, so that's gonna be a 24 to hit.
Okay, I'm gonna do something called Wrath of the Storm, which is when I have it written down here. It says, when a creature within 5 feet of you that I can see hits me with an attack, use my reaction to cause them to make a dex save or take 2d8 lightning or thunder damage on fail, half on a success.
Alright, dex save. That's only a 10.
Okay, they don't get that. And then also because I have that lightning thing, he gets pushed back 10 feet.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
So how much damage does he take?
2d8, let me roll.
11 points. Okay. So as this undead lord that had begun to flee then turns its attention on you, recognizing you as the source of all this disruption, it goes forward, and as you attempts to strike you, you feel it open its jaw in an unhinged fashion, and once again you feel, as Audryn did, this your energy being drained from your entire self. You can feel your essence being pulled from your skin. But as you do so, you close your eyes and you channel that bit of electric energy within you, crying out to whoever within you is listening. And as you do, that crackle just illuminates around you, encapsulating yourself, and it just, boom, pushes back with a force of thunder. And as it impacts and singes this being once more, they kind of break and brittle with their bones, sinking for a moment, but before just rehabilitating themselves. Speaking of which, it's your turn, Numbers.
I'm gonna hit him with the old sacred flame, or sacred lightning rather.
Right, that's radiant.
Yeah, so he needs to roll a dex save.
It is a dex save, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, that's only a 10.
Bye bye.
Alright, roll damage. How do you want to do it?
Another force lightning kind of situation. He pushes. I push him back with my lightning, and then the remaining crackling energy I just sort of channel towards him, and until he is nothing but a pile of ash.
So after he gets pushed back, his bones just shattered in different places as his form just sinks, as he begins to kind of reassemble his being, and just those deep dark pits with just little beads of glowing green and blackish energy beginning to peer back at you. You look to him, and once again, that crackling energy takes over your body. That sizzling mist just kind of appears around him, and with just a simple little snap of your fingers, just a big crackle and fizzle just takes place all amongst around his body, and he just fizzles to the ground.
Nice.
Dead.
Game.
Nice.
Game. Mina.
Alrighty.
I'm also gonna move a little bit. Oh,
Okay.
that's too late.
I
Never mind.
Oh, wait. Where do you want to move?
Whichever way is the Terrace of Devotion.
Yeah.
It'd be towards the direction that they're going.
Okay.
Mina.
I'm gonna move forward a little bit.
I cannot move my gag. I'm not moving.
It's you gotta wait for your turn because of the
It's
that's
initiative
what
order.
it
You
is.
gotta wait for your
initiative
turn.
order. So because I cast Silvery Barbs, I can make my next attack with advantage.
And let me
Against
guess.
this
Guiding
guy.
bolt?
One more time, Guiding Bolt. Alright, 16 plus 7, that's gonna
I'm not
be
even gonna make you roll
23.
damage for this one because of how bad
No,
he
no,
looks.
I'm not only gonna cast Guiding Bolt, but I'm
Uh-oh.
also gonna cast my other thing.
Uh-oh.
I'm just gonna fire everything all at once.
Ooh.
14, and then my little Radiant Archer thing. Let's see if that also hits.
Oh!
Okay.
With a natural 20, please describe how you want to do this.
So Mina is going to like
You will
in a
crit
little
with just max power on this.
in a little fit of rage. Mina's like, you know what? I'm going all out, and proceeds to just draw back her bow, putting as much essence of the stars into this as physically possible. And she's just going to draw back and fire, and then immediately do it again, even if it's already dead. She wants this thing
Okay.
eviscerated.
So the first impact strikes, and that was already enough to do it as you bring your bow back and it sends forward this beam of starlight, completely singeing the outside. And as this creature falls to its knees, just completely singed, it was already down to the bone, but just the bone itself is beginning to flake and just break off and black into pieces. You once again unleash another bolt on top of it and it just completely blasts this undead into pieces, sending just fragments scattering across the stone. They are all dead in this area.
Mina's just gonna like pat down like her little dress and like push the dust off and like, and hopefully they stay dead this time.
So, what are you all doing?
Off to the terrace of devotion, I take it.
Yeah.
That
Taking,
seems like
taking
the,
a half second for a breather.
I'm gonna take a look around to make sure no one's hurt first. We did see the one person die.
Yeah.
Fortunately, we can't do much about that.
Are there guards like attending to the people who were injured? Can we tell by looking around? Like,
There are some scooping up those that are unable to like help themselves at this point that had gotten injured along the way. Thankfully, none of the buildings here have started to collapse or like caused any stone to rain down upon anybody. There's no one like trapped in odd spots. So anyone that's like has been hurt in some fashion are being tended to by the vanguard that are moving them through. The one corpse that you did see just get taken down completely by that one ghoul. After you have all dispatched of the undead, one vanguard does rush up and just quickly grabs the body and pulls them off to safety along the side, to be tended for later.
All right, team. I think our next move is to hit the Terrace of Devotion. We heard a guard say there's something going on over there. Check the city. I think we ought to check it out.
Do you all rush towards the terrace?
Avara's already moving, and she's gonna kind of flip through the book as she's going and see if there's anything else in there that might be of use for them.
Really quick, as you're moving through, just roll Arcana really quick.
Yep. 17.
Did they all have books, by the way?
They all had books.
I would have liked to have grabbed one as well.
Do you want to make an
Nina will also
investigation
grab one.
check really quick to see if you could find it?
Is it passive investigation?
Not this time.
I
God
do
damn it.
want to do one.
Inspiration. Fuck it.
Oh,
I
numbers!
gotta use it.
No!
Are you kidding me?
God!
Oh
man!
my
What
For
Fucking
those of you
rolled
that
snake
have the
eyes.
book, try.
Money.
For those of you that have the book, try using the Soul of the Undead Sovereign and seeing if that makes a difference.
That's what I was gonna
Well,
look for the other
I
book.
rolled a 17, and I want to see if I see anything without that first.
Nina, do you want to roll an investigation really
I-
quick?
I
can't
do,
get rid
'cause
of
I-
these two natural ones right here. It's just, I'm looking at them.
It's-
Numbers.
they're
Snake
right
eyes.
next to each other too.
Forgot the fucking book existed.
Numbers, you gave it a quick glance, but amongst all the people moving through, you're not sure if it's gotten kicked to the side or where it could have scattered off to, but you're unable to find it. Mina, as you search around, given that these two undead were just felled in such a busy part of the street, especially as people are passing by, a 13 unfortunately is not enough to do it. As you glance around, you don't see any trace of the book that it once held. Whether it had dropped it along the way, it had gotten kicked somewhere, maybe even pushed under something. You can't seem to see it as you guys rush by.
Mina is just
I-
gonna assume that her last like volley just destroyed whatever this undead was carrying, and be like, okay, it's not there. Time to move on.
Alvara, as you guys are rushing towards the Terrace of Devotion, you once again just kind of fiddle with the book for a second, trying to get any sense of information of what's happened here. And these pages are blank, and honestly, you don't really get any sense of arcana off of it. Just off of reading it. You're...
It's a nat 20.
I didn't want to look at.
That one's a nat 20 now. You knocked it over.
Here, we'll just get rid of them.
Oh.
Given your study of the Arcana, you gather that whatever script was written here was hidden incredibly thoroughly, and it's not being picked up by just a quick glance.
Why don't you turn on Undead Vision
Yeah, I'm gonna do
and
that.
look at the book?
Do I see anything in that 6-second window?
So you channel into your Soul of the Sovereign, or whatever I called it, Soul of the Undead Sovereign.
Yeah.
And as you begin to gaze into the beyond, you, once again, everyone around you, as you're rushing with everyone, you know you're with your friends and your companions, but as you look around, they just turn... Actually, no, they're not Shadow. They appear to be themselves. As you all run by, you still see them, but all the citizens are just once again Shadow. You see spirits amongst them all, just fleeing and running, begging them all to escape. You see spirits screaming in concern and agony. And as you look down and glance among the books in your hands within the few seconds that you have, there's runes all over these pages. There's sigils everywhere. There's writing in a language that you don't understand. As you begin to flip through, quickly make an intelligence check.
Yeah. $11.
11. There's something just on the tip of your tongue about what you see here. It's almost similar to something that maybe you've seen before at some point in time, but you're not quite sure, able to pin down where exactly this originates from or what it all means, but it's not entirely unfamiliar, as within the time frame, your vision fades back into the normal world view around you.
Before that, is this worth using that viewer inspo for, or do we want to pocket that still? 'Cause
I
it
think we
seems
should
like it might
pocket
be
Hold
a
on
pretty
to
big
it.
piece to the puzzle. All
Hold
right.
on to it.
So, do you
Who's-
all travel to the terrace?
No, I'm going to use my sending stone to get a message to Lady Thorn saying we just came into a cultist circle that is creating zombies and something else.
Okay, you do. You get no response.
Humi says to the party, I tried to message Lady Thorn, but it's silent right now. Okay, the terrace. Yeah. And they're gonna start chasing after the terrace.
Alright, everyone move to the Terrace of Devotion board, please. I'll just give us a quick introduction to what is seen here before we end tonight's session. So have to change the music, because this is not a...
It's calm. It must have just been a false alarm. Perhaps they meant the other terrace.
Must have been my imagination.
When everyone rolls a 1 for perception.
Actually.
I will place you all down in just a second. I'm trying to get that snow. There we go. That's close enough. So. There's the two Audrins. There's Alvara. Shift. There's Numbers. There's Mina. It's grabbed Valana. It's Aurora. Okay. As you all rush to the Terrace of Devotion, it does take you a little bit of time, and as you're running by, the trembling beneath you at this point seems to all but have faded. There's just the slightest little echo of it as you begin to run. It's going to take you a little bit of time to get to the terrace from where you are. However, as you all are sprinting at max speed, given the flow of everybody, you're able to make it there faster than you otherwise would have. And as you guys are all running, and citizens are being escorted along the streets, you do notice various bits of just similar undead to the little ghouls that had been summoned are just like lining the streets. And from what you can gather, you can safely assume that some citizens maybe did not make it through this attack.
Do we have an estimate of like the number of people who may have perished?
As you run through, it's not a massive number, but you see probably at least 10 or 12 as you all are rushing through.
Okay.
And you see a handful of which are injured but are still moving people along. as the vanguard continues, you still see the first light observers as well, scattering through the streets, trying to gather whatever information they can and put up whatever defense is possible. And as you finally make it to the Terrace of Devotion, Nina, you recall that statuette you had found towards the very back, towards Shantaea's point of worship.
Yes.
And as you all rush through the terrace, and you begin to make your way through, the terrace, passing through. There's nobody here at this point. Guards are yelling, rushing people to get out of the city as you guys are passing by. They are begging and screaming at the same time for you all to not continue and to just make a vacant exit.
They're not trying to stop us, though, are
They're
they?
they're not physically trying to stop you, but heavily warning through the immense danger that is taking place through the city at this moment. And as you all rush through and you make your way back towards where, you recall that statuette was found, towards Shantaea's center of worship. There is a massive hole just sundered in the ground. The entire environment has been ripped up. Trees of roots just completely uprooted and turned upright. There is a gaping chasm in the ground. And as you approach, as the snow begins to fall, you see the shadow and shape of a giant, spindly arachnid towards the back, towards where Shantaea's spot was.
Oh.
Give me 1 second.
Big spider.
One second. Not that.
Arachnophobia warning.
There it is.
Arachnophobia warning.
Where
You
is it?
see,
Oh, that's not that big.
I wish it was bigger than that, but that's as big as I can make it on Tailspire. You see the shape of this sharp, jagged, sinewy, like faintish bluish white, almost ethereal looking arachnid shape. As you can, even from this distance, you can hear its hissing and chattering. And as you all get closer, you can see that there's marring along it that looks like it has been injured to a degree. Like this thing has been contested since its arrival, and given its size and shape, you can safely assume that it burrowed its way through that tunnel. And along that tunnel, towards the edges, where that chasm had formed, are the faint markings of that same kind of blackish-greenish sigil that had been underneath the spot in which you guys had fought the other undead lords.
I'm sure we can take them.
And as
They
you
don't
all
have to be great.
approach and see this marginally damaged arachnid, everyone, what's your passive perception again? 3 of you have an 18, I think.
Yeah, 18.
I was 17.
17.
I am working with a 11.
So, Audra and Mina, numbers. As you all rush through, there's faint bits of snow still falling, some sticking to the grass as it just makes a powdery covering along the terrace. It would otherwise be beautiful, if not for the horror surrounding the situation. And as you all approach and see this marginally injured arachnid shape as it hisses and chitters and begins to scatter forwards, it begins to eventually notice your presence. Off to the side towards one of the fountains, you
Look at
three,
that, like... Oh, sorry.
you see a crumpled shape on the ground. It would have been hard to see at first because it's covered in a greenish fabric cloak. But what really makes it stand out is the orange hooves and horns that are laying out from amidst the fabric,
Uh-oh.
as you see a crumpled shape just fallen with bits of snow gathering on top.
Not our
No,
boy.
Oh!
Not our boy.
You see the crumpled form of Galloway by the fountain.
Uh-oh.
Crumpled as in, like, forgiving?
From this distance, you don't know.
Oh gosh.
Time to go on another quest to bring this person back to life.
Save the tieflings.
And that's where we're gonna end tonight's session.
No!
Whoa.
Can you give us a brief description of how big the spider is?
It's huge.
Is it like
Last category.
3 stories, 4 stories? Like, how big is it?
It's probably like 2 or 3 stories, I would say. Like, it's a big fucking spider.
House-sized spider.
And it's like, it's not like a big, like, fun, like, fat, cute spider either. It is, like, sinewy and, like, spindly and sharp. It is, like, jagged looking.
Ew.
And you
Oh,
can,
can
it's
I-
almost transparent in color. You can almost see right through it.
Can I summon an absolutely gigantic slipper to just like?
To smash it with? You want to summon a chunkla?
I have a
Yes.
giant rolled up newspaper.
We got our work cut out for us.
Great session, gang. Oh, thank you, Ash.
Aw.
Great session, gang.
Cheers.
Nice job.
This was fun.
When we re-enter next session, we will once again roll initiative.
Woohoo. Nice work.
Right.
Well,
All
That's
right.
This was
Let's-
great fun.
That
what
went
are
really
we
well.
gonna say for the inspo?
Yeah,
This is a
fucking
hard
great
one.
job, guys. You guys fucking didn't. I did not expect it at all to go that way, but you guys just completely disassembled their whole operation in like 2 seconds. So great thinking, great work. Top of the round, let's hear player inspiration from Audrin.
Pretty decisively is going to be numbers today. For being one of the 2 people who actually had a chance to make any sort of a difference at all. He more than did what he needed to do and made some real money moves while he did it. Probably
Hell yeah.
stopped that ritual from going through. Lord knows what would have happened if it had come to completion. He literally stopped it in 1 turn. Very impressive, very smart, always thinking on your feet. Good use of your class.
Yeah, I think I agree.
Right. And don't worry, Quentin. I haven't forgot the 2 very important announcements I'm going to make at the end of this. Don't you worry. They're covered.
Cool.
Alvara.
Yeah, it's also going to be numbers, just because of turn undead, I think. Even, like, setting the radiant damage aside, which is something that's almost beyond, like, party control. I think you did a good job just with that spell, and, like, it completely disrupted the ritual, which changed the landscape of combat going forward for that encounter. So, for that, you get my inspo vote this week.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Humi.
I mean, the guy lit up the fountain and then lit up 2 individual enemies, not once, but twice. Like, numbers all the way. Fantastic. I love the descriptions. You did a great job with it. Loved it.
Thanks.
Alrighty. Mina.
Very clearly also giving it 2 numbers. I know, Winter, you had mentioned that you thought the encounter was going to be tougher. I think the entire reason that encounter wasn't harder is because of the turn undead. It took out 3 of the people just right off the bat, and we were able to go through and 1 by 1 systematically take them down because of that.
Hell yeah.
Exactly what happened. And then, numbers.
I'm going to give it to Shift and by proxy Humi for the nat 20 on the bite attack and all the excellent work Shift did throughout that combat encounter. And everyone, but Shift was fun.
You know, that's very true. A nat 20 to take a piece of femur is pretty damn good.
You probably should have
It's a
taken
good
the
His
short
leg!
How funny.
He deserved the whole leg at that point. You're right.
He's a good
Alright.
dog.
So great job, numbers. You have earned
you.
the player inspiration for this session. Great job.
Thanks, great, because I burned my last one on 2 1s in a row.
Oh no.
Well, community inspiration is now up and able to be voted for over in the Discord server. Before we part with you guys, I have 2 really nice announcements to make in regards for the group. First of which is Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, the 17th, we have community night. So everyone, be sure to join in for a little bit of fun, a little goofs and gaffs as we do our monthly community night and spend some time with you guys.
Hell yeah.
Sweet.
And for the even big announcement, we talked about this a little bit when we played a Lethal Company the other night, but February 1st, we begin Curse of Strahd, live here on Roll
Whoa.
for Your Lives.
On Thursday evening.
We will
Whoa.
be getting D&D streams on Mondays and Thursdays. Mondays will be Decay Within the Ice, Thursdays will be Curse of Strahd.
Hell yeah.
One channel, twice the D&D.
Twice the D&D.
All for free. See you
Pew,
Thursday.
pew, pew, pew.
FX has the movies.
The DM will be Audrin, for anyone who doesn't know,
Hello.
aka Derek. They will be DMing Curse of Strahd, which I think is awesome because I think they are a great DM, and I will get to be a player.
Yeah. Big news.
Yeah,
I'll
this
get
is
to
gonna be
kill
fun.
everyone. I'm really looking forward to tormenting you guys, giving you waking nightmares.
And even bigger news, we have actually a guest joining us for Curse of Strahd.
Oh.
We have a
Ooh.
guest and a friend of ours that will be joining us for that campaign. Never before seen with the Roll for Your Lives crew, but our very own Ashra will be joining us for this campaign.
Woo!
Regular in the chat and all around sweetheart.
Very
Yeah.
exciting.
Ready for somebody else to say something?
No.
I thought so. I wouldn't want to interrupt anybody, so I didn't say anything.
We were all waiting for the same thing to happen.
We all had the point of courtesy to not interrupt anybody.
Yeah.
But look forward to Curse of Strahd coming in just what? That's like 2 weeks from now, right? No,
Yeah.
that's
Well, no, a bit more
technically
than
3
It's
or something.
2 would be the 29th, so it's getting close. It's
Yeah.
like 2.5.
Yeah. Keep an eye out,
Yeah.
y'all. It's gonna be great. I can't wait to play that campaign. It's a module I've always wanted to try. I think it's gonna be great. We're gonna have our very own Humi and 127 jumping in and out through this campaign, as I know both are a bit busy at the time. So they will be present, but playing some fun in and out characters that we can't wait to see.
Hell yeah.
And then in the day-to-day cast, it's going to be myself, Zach, aka Alvara, and Mina, aka Andy, and Ash, and Aurora as well. Though they're still pretty sick and they can't be here
Who,
tonight.
Pantheon willing will be fully recovered in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I really hope they're feeling better by then. It's been a rough time, y'all. So definitely send them any love that you can, because I'm sure that would make them feel better.
If any of you got a greater restoration on hand, please.
Could definitely use a greater restoration. I feel bad, but send her all your love. But thank you so much for joining us tonight, guys. I double checked ahead of time and I didn't see any friends that we could send raids over to. Boo.
No.
But
That's okay.
thank you so much for joining us tonight, guys. I can't wait to see you guys again on Wednesday.
See you next
Woo!
time.
Very
Have you-
excited.
Have a
Thanks for
wonderful
watching.
Tuesday night.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye,
Yahoo!
guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.